Should be looking for the stream title, Arabian Nights.
Arabian
And if you're gonna do it, you gotta start from the start, you know. Oh, I come from a land, a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam. Where it's flat and immense, and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. Where the wind's in the east, and the sun in the west, when the sand and the glass is right. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night. Arabian night, just like Arabian days. More often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Arabian night, neath the Arabian moon. A fool off his guard can fall and fall hard out there on the dune. Yeah, I know that song. Dude, like, that was one of my favorite songs from that movie, like, genuinely. I don't know why. I mean, I like the other songs from the movie.
But they didn't like you.
Well, I mean, that one was my favorite because it was so catchy, you know? It was... And it's...
I like The Friend Like Me.
Yeah, okay, fair. That was a good one. But the thing I like about Arabian Nights, it was so short that I could memorize it very quickly.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Friend Like Me, I think I have it memorized.
No, you don't have to go through that right
now. No, I won't, but I was just thinking, yeah, I think I have that one down. I'm not going to test that right now, but I'm pretty sure. All right.
And everyone seems to be rolling in.
Good. They didn't catch me like horrible singing.
No, they heard you.
Oh. I thought I had time. Usually it takes people time.
No. It was up for a while.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They like it, though.
Oh, well, there you go then. Thank you. People always ask me to sing in my streams, and I can't sing, so I don't know why you asked me to do it.
What else we can? We just sing like frogs.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be prepared for me to sing really badly.
Like gamer frogs.
Gamer frogs.
Game Conda forever.
So yeah, we are starting up. Yes, guys, it is the new season. Welcome to For Honor Friday with Raven Knight and Leggett Lark. We are happy. We are happy to give this to you. Just so you guys know, we will not be doing a For Honor Friday next week.
Obvious reasons.
We may do a For Honor Tuesday or something, but we will not be able to do a For Honor Friday because we'll be out of town. So no way that's going to happen. We'll make it up to you somehow, but we're going to have some fun tonight. Not going to take things too seriously. We're just going to relax, and we're going to talk about the new season. We're going to talk about the goods. We're going to talk about the bads. We're going to go over some of the changes that we've seen. I'm going to talk... people have been asking me over and over why I don't like this new season, and I want to set the record straight right now. I do like this new season. I don't want y'all to think I don't. I do like it. I think it's a good season. But I do have a problem with it. It's a big problem. And tonight I hope I can clear up some of those issues. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. First, I want to go ahead and get into a game. And I want to play...
They're asking if you're going to Deus Volt.
You know what? We do need a Deus Volt, don't we? We do need a Deus Volt. But who to Deus... You know what? Let's start off with the new girl. Let's start off with Ravier. I hate that name. I'm going to change that name. I'm going to... It's here's the thing. I wouldn't mind it, except it sounds way too much like Lord Ramiel, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like we another one. Ramiel already did that. Ravier.
Yeah, let's do that. It's going to be a girl this time. Ravier isn't really a girl's name. Who cares? Do it.
It's like Bailey. We can use it interchangeably. I don't think it. No.
No. This isn't like Bailey.
They can call her Rachel instead.
Rachel would be a great name for her. Or Ruth. No, not Ruth. We've already got a Ruth. It's my baby.
I hope that they do the genie in the lamp.
It'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like have a genie in a lamp thing, and then have it come out and be the voice by Robin Williams. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Honestly, that would be a sweet execution, like forcing them into
You know what?
the lamp.
You know what? That's exactly what I want to happen with the Emperor of Man in Warhammer. I want him when he gets off the throne. 1,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
10,000, yeah.
10. Yeah, you're right. But I want him to do that so that when the Primarchs see him, like, why are you taking this so lightly? Anyway, but...
Oh, here's a question for you.
Oh, a question? Cool. I like questions.
Since you've made a For Honor Warhammer crossover story, essentially a crossover story, what do you think a good crossover story should have?
Like, in general, or?
Yeah, in general.
Okay, good crossover stories have to respect both IPs. You don't want to make one look better than the other. Here's the thing. People have told me the Warhammer 40k and For Honor crossover can't work because characters from Warhammer 40k would just waste For Honor characters. And, I mean, you're right. Most For Honor heroes would not be able to handle what Warhammer 40k throws at them. I agree with that. But at the same time, we need to recognize that both IPs bring something special. The key to a good crossover is to take what those two things bring that's so special and accentuate them. Like, basically build up on them and say, hey, here's what we can offer and make these IPs unique. For example, both franchises push honor as a big thing. Like, basically, how these... yeah, don't even bother. Revenge pop. Damn it. I thought I could get her. Hold on.
Be careful, he can stick. What a way to end.
You should not have let me get away with that, Shaolin.
Just lift and flip.
You captured Zone C.
Shoot, I haven't healed up enough.
So we meet again. Aha!
I'm a little confused about what happened just there.
Berserker's like, I'm here to talk.
And Berserker, and I'm here too!
Profound. Did she even do anything?
Oh, no, she got me.
That was hilarious though. Just like she didn't even do anything. She's just like, oh, I guess I'm going to.
I guess I'll take you too. Whoop! But anyway, when you're doing a crossover story, the key is you want to bring out something good from both sides. And what I think you get really well from For Honor is you get these medieval warriors who still hold on to this really strong sense of duty and honor and valor that even though it's not modern, you can respect it. Warhammer 40k is all about desperation. Both sides have things in common. They both understand what it's like to be locked in eternal war. They both understand what it's like to have enemies that are seeking to destroy them. They both understand what it's like to have very questionable alliances. There's a lot to share and have in common. But where they differ is in level of technology, what all they've been forced to work with. And I think when you can accentuate both sides, good and bad, you can create something really meaningful. Not all crossovers do this well. Yeah, that's revenge for earlier. Go to A. Someone go to A. If they're smart, that's where one of them's head. Oh, I guess they're not going to A. Okay. Anything else in chat?
They're all yelling, profound. Mortal Kombat versus DC was an abysmal crossover. Yeah, that didn't go very well.
Oh, crap. Probably should have fainted that one. Gonna heal up. Just gonna heal up a minute.
Okay, hey Raven, if the orcs in your For Honor 40k crossover are savage orcs, then what's the point of making it 40k instead of Warhammer Fantasy? Oh!
That's a good question. All right, let me explain why. Because if I wanted to do 40k because of something that's coming later, for one thing, but also because if we did Warhammer Fantasy, I have no idea how we would make that work in context. With Warhammer 40k, you can make the argument that Heathmoor just takes place on another planet. But in the case of fantasy, we have to wonder, okay, where's the continents of fantasy? Where are all the other races? Where are they all right now? Hold on. Protect me! Dang it! Shaolin, you needed to protect me. I don't know why you didn't.
Be ashamed of yourself, you should.
Good read. All right, now we'll do it. Now we'll do it.
Vampire.
Sheldon, no! No, Sheldon, come back, dang it!
Shallot.
Ooh, good feint. Yes! All right, now we'll do it.
By golly, you will get this.
And by God, I will get this. How could I not give her this execution? She is the most Christian she's the most iconographic Christian knight we've got so far. I need to give her the Christian execution.
She's got so many icons going on, the Orthodox one will appropriate.
I mean, she's wearing monkly robes. She's got on a nun headdress. She's dressed like Baldwin. Sorry, Baldwin the Fourth. My brain stopped for a minute. She's dressed like Baldwin the Fourth, and she has a crown of thorns on her shield and head. She is Christian the character. I want to give her the name Maria.
Ave Maria.
Except they already named my gladiator Maria, so... Wow, I did way better that match than I expected to.
We'll just roll with it.
I mean, well, I'll roll with it. It's not a problem. It's just...
Roll it.
Roll it. That went very well.
New hero, a Christmas elf.
All right. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. Let me take a look at these orders real quick. So look at this. The sphere's power. With the celestial sphere, Arabia saw the threats of war and natural disasters far in advance, and the people were able to prepare accordingly. Because of the relic, the kingdom has prospered undisturbed for centuries. Now, someone sent me an order that they released either today or the other day. I don't remember which. But the order said that they had repelled invasions. Hold on. Here you're saying they were undisturbed. Undisturbed would mean that no one's messed with them. If they've repelled invasions, then they were messed with. Which is it, Ubisoft? Which is it, guys? Is this the most peaceful, happy kingdom that we've ever seen? Or have they actually been in war? Do you want to pick a side, or do I need to beat you? Anyway, I think we need to go Santa Lander. We got to go Santa Lander, boys. It is Christmas time. We got to go Santa Lander. Ho, 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 you bastards. But anyway, okay, so any other questions I need to answer, or can I go on my rant now? Or should I save the rant for Breach?
Yeah, save the rant.
I'll save the rant for Breach. Okay. Anyway, what's going on in chat, guys? How you doing? I've had a rough last few days, so I haven't hung myself yet, which I think is a good step in the right direction. What would you say, Lark?
Yeah, don't deprive me of the pleasure.
I know, right? You've got to be the one to do me in. Yep.
Once the rent stops coming in.
Once that money stops, all bets are off.
Have you seen the Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc?
No, I haven't watched Bleach since...
I have watched over 100 episodes of Bleach, and I was like, okay, finally, got through that first long
And it
arc.
still didn't clean my clothes.
I tell you, man. What to say? But regardless, my big beef with Bleach is like, okay, you went on this like over 100 episode arc to get the girl back. What's the next arc? Oh, another one gets kidnapped. Fuck!
That's what I hated about Bleach. It's 100% reactionary. It's just, bad thing happens, I better go stop it. Bad thing happens, I better go stop it. Ichigo!
I almost threw my iPad across the room, too, when it's like, let's pause time in the middle of a fight so my sword's persona can come out and lecture me about how I'm not using it. Like, sorry, this is my 5th day on the job. I didn't know I was going to be under this kind of stress.
You know, in Naruto and Dragon Ball, they will take moments where the fight just stops so that the two can monologue at each other. That happens a lot. But at least they don't literally pause the fight so the character can have an out-of-body experience to train. Give them credit.
He also literally finally gets to the thing, about to do it. It's like then the person that brought them there says, "Oh, really? Sorry, Ichigo. I just realized you're not ready for this. So I'm going to take you. I'm going to kidnap you, and I'm going to train you for like another 3 days before we."
I think the problem was that the creator of Bleach loved designing characters more than he liked writing the story.
It shows.
It shows because he designed some really cool-looking characters, but his story writing is just so. I know people like Bleach. I know people like it.
I see why. It's like it's cool, but it's also it's I just have trouble getting into it, but that's true for a lot of anime.
Yeah, for sure.
I cannot count the number of times people have said, "Do you really need to get into Fate, Stay Night, or Fate, whatever?"
Or you really need to get into Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. I watched like the first season. I thought it was okay, and I kind of thought it should end there. Like I really wasn't interested that further.
I did not care after season 1. I just stopped
I kind of like
caring.
the hype just kind of died down for me. But with Fate, I've tried on like 3 or 4 separate occasions to watch the show, and I just have never truly been interested. Very lucky, man. Unfortunate.
Oh, Sent! Been working this guy down. Sent just walks up. Here, let me help you with that.
By the power of Rome. All right.
I guess you're all Santa Lander's little helps, right?
The writer of Bleach was originally wanting to be a fashion designer before getting into making manga. Fashion designer. I mean, I could see maybe weapons designer.
He does design some nice weapons.
Yeah, but like, you know, I could see it maybe. I love Bleach, but fine if y'all like it. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys like it? That's great. I know a lot of people that really like it. I have friends that really love it. And that's fine. It's just like, for me, it's just like, I couldn't get into it. He says after watching episodes of it. Speaking as a big Bleach fan, I can agree that Kubo is more into character design and characterization than the other. Hey, Raven, did you hear that Henry Cavill will be executive producer of a 40K film or show? Yes, we actually found out literally about 10 minutes ago.
Hold on, boys. I need to give you your candy cane. You've been a naughty boy. Boom! Naughty monkey.
You know, the heretic can have a candy cane as a treat.
You have been a naughty monkey. Hold on, let me help out Tiandi.
But yes, Brother Warcraft, we are excited because I trust Henry Cavill to because he's such a 40K fanboy. He's more of a nerd into it than.
Well, think about what Henry Cavill's done. He's been part of Superman and the Witcher series, and he got pissed off with those 2 series and said, "You're making these too woke. I don't want to be part of this. We need to fix it." And they said, "Understood, but we are going to do what we want. You're not important enough for us to care." And to that he said, "Okay, bye."
You gotta love that Henry Cavill. You gotta love a Geralt of Rivia that actually plays.
Fire!
You know, it's missing something.
Hold on 1 second.
I love that
It still has the crest.
It's beautiful.
It's the Roman snowman. Roman the snowman.
It's like, this is why we built Hadrian's Wall.
This is why we built Hadrian's Wall, to keep the North Pole from getting any ideas. Oh, I'm sorry.
Scotland, Saturnalia, that's cute. Have you ever heard of Christmas?
Scotland Santa do be hitting a bit different. If you're on Scotland, see, little kids, you know, our Santa just gives you a lump of coal. Scotland Santa might just take your head off.
Yeah, and you don't leave him cookies and milk. You leave him some haggis and a pint. I think the Shinobi Grid actually did break Raven, but in the best of ways.
Off with your head. Oh, crap.
Oh, you threw off my groove.
All of you are on the naughty list.
Let's see.
And no, it wasn't the grading of the Shinobi executions alone that broke me. It was everything that came after. If there's one thing that drives me crazy, it is when I do one of these execution graded videos, and then people tell me in the comments, dude, I hear 3 comments all the time. The 3 comments are, number 1, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never, like one person straight up said, all this coming from a guy who's probably never held a katana in his life. Or they'll say something like, you just don't understand. I have friends or a cousin or a family member who's a martial artist, and they do this. And I'm like, I did martial arts too. I've trained for years in several martial arts. I've used weapons before. I have fought in the ring and in real situations, like real combat situations. One of them was very close to life and death for me, so I know what combat looks like. I'm not saying this to be like, I know more than you. I'm saying this because people who say, like, you don't know what you're talking about, well, maybe I know a bit more than you'd like to, than you should be giving me credit for. Like, but that's not the real issue that I have. It's when the second thing that people say is when they'll. No, hold on.
You lost.
Unfortunately.
Good move. But anyway, I'm going to heal up. But anyway, the second thing that they'll often say is, your grading system is unfair. Yeah, let's dance it out, brother. Dance it out, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Get groovy. Groovy. There you go. There you go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now run along. But anyway, back to what I was saying. They'll say, your grading system is unfair. They're like, it's so unfair. Shinobi, you were so harsh on realism with Shinobi. You're just so harsh on it, but you weren't like this for other characters. And what about me when you get to these characters? I'm like, how am I unfair? Did I not grade all the others for realism too? And in fact, if you're on my Discord, you know, I reached out to my Discord and said, hey guys, should I be a little bit more lenient with Shinobi, or should I stay consistent and very critical with the realism? And everyone in Discord said, no, keep it consistent. Keep it, no mercy. You do to them what you've done to all the other characters. And I said, all right. So I did. So I don't know what your issue is with my grading system. And then the final one, the one that really pisses me off, when they say,
You captured Zone C.
they'll say stuff like, you need to change your grading rubric to account for these things. You need to change things to account for this. I'm like, no, I'm not. I cannot change what For Honor gives its characters. I can only say, here's what they have offered, here's how I'm going to approach it. You know, I can't help the fact that Shinobi was given shit tier weapons. I can't help that. All I can do is say, all right, For Honor, you've given him these weapons. Now let's see what we can do with them. That's all I can do. I can't sit here and go, oh, well, you know, because Gladiator uses a Trident and he's kind of a show-offy character, I need to now adjust everything I do to account for that. No, I don't. Oh, well, you know, because dueling exists and some of these characters seem more like dueling-type warriors, I need to... No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. See, that's what it comes down to. Like, I don't know why y'all are... I don't know why I get that in every single video. And today, after I did the Shinobi grading execution, I think within 9 minutes of that going live and me finishing up with the premiere, I was getting I got 2 comments from people. One saying that that a lot of my realism points didn't make sense. And I'm like, have you ever even considered what this looks like? And the response was, well, my cousin does martial arts, and they use weapons almost exactly like this. And I said, really?
People in the comment section were making the same point I did. It's like, my dad works at Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. It means nothing to me. It really means nothing to me. Let's go.
It's like, you have graded my favorite character. You have to grade my favorite character less harshly because I like them.
And then another one said, the other comment said, this is why I hate your grading criteria, because it's so unfair in realism to Shinobi. But think about Shugoki, Yorm, and all these others. And my thought was, how is it unfair? Like I said, how is that unfair? Was I not grading harshly for realism with other characters? And what about Shugoki, Yorm, and the others? I'm going to grade them just as strictly. I'm going to grade them just as strictly. If Shugoki crushes someone's heads with his bare hands, I'm going to stop and say, that can't happen.
Well, actually, I had an uncle's nephew's niece, father's
My
cousin.
dad crushed a man's skull with his hand.
Yeah, well, my uncle, nephew's niece's brother's uncle's father's former roommate, he once crushed someone's head with his bare hands.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
So that's my problem there, and that's why it's so tough to do. Like, there are times where I literally sit down with Lork and go, should I keep doing this, or should I just, like, you know, change my grading rubric? Because I'm getting a lot of hate for these. And people in the chat were saying, like, hey, man, we think that you did okay. We think that that your grading here was fine. Then I'm like, you say that. Wait until the comments. Because I got a comment on the Warden one just like 2 days ago, where they were saying, oh, didn't you see that? And I still get comments. I still get comments from people saying, oh my god, did you even see the execution? If you do it like this, and then look at it from this angle, upside down with one eye closed, you can see... While drunk, you can see how this is efficient. And I go, shut up. And then when they say, when you do Gladiator, you need to do it for duels. No, I don't. Well, Gladiator's a duelist. Then why is he playable in Dominion? No, some of his executions are meant for duels. Then how come he can still use them in Dominion? Well, they take so long. That's the price you pay. See, that's why some executions are longer and shorter, you know? The shorter ones are quicker to do and will guarantee a quicker execution, but they give you less health. The longer ones give you more health, but there's a larger possibility of you getting interrupted. That's the price you pay. Ah, the new map. Well, the new map look, anyway.
Can we get an actual map?
Yeah, I'd like a new map next year. Ubisoft, next year. I don't need a new hero. I need new maps. Give me new maps next year. Just stop with the heroes for 1 year and give us new maps. I will understand. I will be fine with it.
New maps.
Ooh, everything's deserty.
Then how is the support?
Maybe it used to be Atlas.
Zone C.
Oh, so it's like Ephesus.
Ooh, good hit, Pryor. Let me know what's going on in chat.
Alright. Oh, hey Raven, have you seen the video with Astra and Griffin by the fireplace? Yes, yes, we have. We are fans. Get over there. Isn't there a new hero coming out this season?
There is. Good job, Pryor. We did good there. We did good, man.
Yes.
That was good teamwork.
Upon prior review.
Ah! Okay, let's...
I'll go die now.
No, it's fine.
Hey, Raven and Lark, there's a fun fact about Fulgrim. Apparently, Fulgrim got married 9 times, mainly for political purposes. Of course, because the only person Fulgrim truly loves is himself.
Yep. And his mirror. He loves his mirror.
Shugoki Claus or Santalander?
That is a tough one.
Santalander's got the beard right, perfectly down, but Shugoki Claus has the physique.
Lost Zone C.
It's rough, I tell you. His name is Daniel. Behold, the most horrifying weapon ever. Mystique.
Ooh, good read. Oh, crap.
I'm in danger.
Okay. Okay, you got me. That's fine. But I will come back. Stronger.
Okay, Raven, who's your favorite female ruler in history?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Queen Victoria was awesome.
Good figurehead monarch.
Queen Minseong was awesome.
Beware the ball.
Beware the stick. Let's see who else. Catherine the Great.
Yeah, she was great.
Catherine the Great was good. Theodora.
Yeah, she never she ruled in absence of her husband while Justinian was sick, but he himself
She did good.
Yeah, no, she did good. She did.
So yeah, those would be some of my favorite female leaders. There are some I feel bad for because they didn't get to lead very long, and they were kind of like Cleopatra. I just feel bad for her.
Yeah, she was put between a rock and Rome.
Literally.
I fought the Rome and
Rome won. I fought the war and Rome won.
I've heard it asked before. It's like, why did she why'd she pick Mark Antony over Augustus? It's like she didn't have a choice.
You lost Zone C.
How about Elizabeth I? Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah, Elizabeth the First was good.
I
for sure.
She's actually the best monarch England's ever had.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, I don't know if she's the best, but she's definitely top 3.
Trying to think. Oh, hi. Good move.
Oh, Queen Maeve. I think it's a good list. Hey, Raven, what are some underrated achievements in the Roman Empire?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Let's see.
This one's a little dodge happy. Lark, why don't you try... Oh, shoot. Well, now that I'm dead, I can help answer. The building of the roads, I don't think gets talked about enough. Everyone talks about their military exploits, which are fine. I mean, we can definitely give them that because they helped build Europe as a groundwork for the medieval age. But the roads, I think, were incredibly important. People don't talk about them nearly enough.
I would say for me, first thing comes to mind is the Roman legal system. Particularly after Justinian reformed it too. Like the root of the American and English legal system can be a lot of it. Like the ideas can be dated back to Roman law. Like a lot of our legal phrases are in Latin, like habeas corpus, that sort of stuff like that. But beyond that, I would also say Roman organization is due, like, because there's even some Roman existence today, like the Pope's name is like Pontifex Maximus, that comes from Rome. The church areas are divided into dioceses, that comes from Rome. But also another thing that's underrated at the time is glassware. The Romans were renowned for being excellent glassmakers. In fact, on the Silk Road, like everyone talks about how China, like their big thing was exporting silk. What they traded for the Romans for it was awesome Roman glassware. It was very prized. And so that's just something, because we typically think of Rome, we think of all the great military accomplishments, but they had a lot of civil accomplishments as well.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about the law.
We all know about the aqueducts, Shark Chaos. Don't want to knock those. Because it's nice to have clean water, but the aqueducts are so good that even Monty Python had to point them out in The Life of Brian. Pierce Epirus already referencing it. I ask you.
Ooh, good parry from Law Daddy.
But is he a parry of platypus? But yep, Pierce Epirus is referencing it perfectly. Apart from the aqueducts and sanitation, education, wine, public order, fresh water, and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Ooh, the light parry. Dude, that was good. He's figured out how to beat me. I love it.
But did he figure it out?
Yep. He did it. No, I can't hate him for that. He did good. He got smart. Instead of wasting his stamina on trying to attack me, he just decided to parry everything, which, hey, that's what Lawbringers should do. You know?
Go Cap A.
Oh, how'd I get here? I did not intend to get here.
You're like, sorry, man, I'm just as confused as you are.
I'll pick up my boy here. Okay, he won't let me.
I was just trying to help. Sorry, good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Have a good one.
Instant transition.
Better go to A. See what I can do to turn that around.
The Romans definitely knew how to keep order. Let's face it, they're the only people who could with the people.
Ah, you again.
Is your rework live?
No, not yet. It won't be live until next season, probably.
Adland? Did Rome also have a lot to do with making central heating, or I'm thinking of something else? You're thinking of like sewer systems.
Ooh.
Both trying to outfeint each other.
Ooh, he's smart. This one's smart. But he really should have followed up with a fainting heavy.
Still good, Dad.
I mean, no, he did good. Like, no question.
Oh.
I better help you.
Listen, I'm here too. Hey, Raven. Did Bo Yin really join Orcos and why?
Yep, it's been made official that she has joined Horkos.
For a small.
Apparently, she and Astra used to do some work in the past.
No,
Whoa, Hitakiri, when did you get me?
Not the kind of work you're thinking. They were actually accountants together.
Oh, who would have thought? Oh man, these guys suddenly got good. What happened?
Okay, guys, hear me out. Empire's bad. Changed my mind. Of course, the Jedi would say this.
The Jedi would say that.
It's like, have you heard the story of Empire? I thought not. It's not a story a Jedi would tell you.
Right, guys, we need to make sure we don't lose C. I'll try to take A, but this guy's pretty tough.
A pirate supporting a big centralized government? That's stupid. You're right. Pirates don't do
Okay,
that.
he's light parrying a lot more than he did initially.
Is he grown wise? You having a laugh?
What? Okay, what?
You captured Zone C.
What? Okay. Okay, that was a little weird. Okay, guys, be honest. Was I getting predictable there? Or was he light parrying way easier than before? That seems weird. Is he?
Guy suspects a scripter.
No, he's PlayStation. He's on PlayStation.
But you can still script it like you put it in via USB.
True, but that seems kind of sudden.
It is. He might have just plugged it in.
That's just what. I don't think he's a scripter. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I'm just too easy to. Read.
He leveled up. Ah, he's right. Probably get a little noise notification. Level up.
Ah, I tried.
Lord knows that I tried.
Man, I don't know what happened there. But anyway, y'all can tell me your theories later.
Somebody says I say predictable earlier. He was getting hit by the lights.
Yeah, I think I got predictable. Let me head over to C.
Remember that you have a neutral bash. Yeah, but could you say it like Philippines?
Like Philatides.
Get up on the Hydra's bash!
Use your neutral bash!
Rule number 96. Aim!
Oh well. Hey, had to lose a few games tonight.
Whack. Use your noodle.
Okay, I think this Lawbringer doesn't like me. He's targeted me a few times now.
Well, of course, he wants the best weapon in the galaxy. The stick.
Yeah, he ain't a scripter. He would have blocked off those lights.
He's just adapting.
Which is respectable.
And commendable, even. Why don't I even say good?
Oh crap. Yeah, he got me.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law.
Yeah, you got me that time. Oh well, how'd I do?
Oh, really?
I doubt he's a fan. But wow, okay. Why does he have 6 kills? He fell in love with me and he just wanted to chase me all over the map. Because you'll notice he fought me a lot.
Well, he's a lawbringer, so he's a cop. So he's a cop with a mission. He's gotta go.
He's one of those obsessed cops from like a cop show.
He's a loose cannon.
No, he's not a loose cannon. He knew exactly what he was doing. Anyway, good fight from out. Yeah, it was a decent fight.
Lawbringer just doing 4 plus 4d6 damage. But actually,
But I don't know how was that predictable. I don't know. Oh well, this is why I'm not good at competitive.
He says after coming in first place on the previous 2 matches.
Flukes happen. Even Zeus nods occasionally.
Cops from the bad guys be like, stop! You have violated the law. Hey Raven Lark, what is your favorite Marine in One Piece?
Oh, that's I love Fujitora. Fujitora is so awesome. But I like Garp, you know?
Commander Jonathan and Garp.
Commander Jonathan is the shit. I love Commander Jonathan. Oh my gosh, that man. He's got a mustache like nobody's business. He doesn't even have to show off how strong he is. We never see him in a fight, but he's just so brilliant and he's so easygoing. That's what I love about him. Like he literally has just a conversation with Luffy, and he doesn't feel bad that Luffy got away, which is even better. It's like Luffy and the gang get away, and he's just like, oh well.
Just like the end gets attacked out by like some Southward. They're certainly violent
Little creatures. Yes.
Oh, to which Anthony Schneck says, "The One Piece
is real." I love the fact that scene has become a meme that even non-One Piece fans appreciate.
That's how we trick them into watching. Like, I don't know, it's too long, but do you like these memes? Yeah, that's how they got. That's how we sell the dank memes. Yeah, that's how 40K got me, was the memes.
Memes. Let's go.
Raven, how do you feel about the One Piece rap? Which one?
There's a bunch of one. No, not that one.
Isn't Commander Jonathan from G8? Yes.
Yes, he is. He is the leader of G8, and he's just such a Chad. He is just such a Chad. I love it. I love it. I love him.
Is it just me, or could a For Honor / Skyrim crossover be interesting? It is not just you. That would be interesting.
That would be cool. That's what I thought the first season was. Like, we got straight up dragons flying around. If you give me a Fus Roda execution, I'm all for it. Fus Roda! That's what I want.
Means the DNA of the soul.
The dankest memes.
The dank. Nekashu Goki Argonian. Only if the hist allows it. What if the Imperium from 40k landed on the One Piece world? Well, first of all, the Celestial Dragons are getting nuked.
I know, right?
That one M1 meme just dropped. Sorry, I probably mispronounced the name again. I apologize, but he dropped $5 saying, "I'm sorry, this is all I can do. Holiday spending isn't really heavy on the wallet." Hey man, we appreciate that you're.
Hey, we appreciate any dropping of cash in the super chat is always super appreciated. Be it $2 or $100, we always appreciate it. And we know it's that time of year where you got to buy gifts for people. So hey, the fact that you dropped $5 is phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. It means the world to us. Actually, true story, guys. I'm going to tell y'all something that's cool. Every day I make maybe around $6 to $7 total off of YouTube. That is actually decent when you think about it, because that means that I'm coming up with maybe around, if we round it down to $5 a day, that's 31 days a month, give or take. So if we say it's 31 days a month at $5 a day, then that's about, I'm bad at math, $150 somewhere along those lines, right? $155, right? A month. It's not great, but it's decent, right? But that night, that last stream, last week, was $160 something off of that stream alone. Do y'all realize just how much that helped? Oh, I fell for that one.
We lost one. Oh no, we did.
You're not going to be nice?
Come on, that's mean. Don't be mean, Kensei. You don't appreciate that.
You captured Zone A.
Oh, light parry, dang it.
Oh, guys brought some merch. Nice.
Thanks for buying the merch, guys. Appreciate that. Always appreciate it. I know Aaron bought some merch. Aaron Rowell, I know he bought merch. He was advertising it on Discord. He was showing off the tumbler.
I don't know why I thought the website for a second. I was like, wait, you own the site?
No.
Oh, pretty good. My dream crossover, Jurassic Park and Godzilla.
Godzilla wins. None of the other Jurassic dinosaurs can breathe nuclear radiation.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But hey,
Give John Hammond time. He'll find a way.
Life, fine.
Oh, we've got a smart shinobi.
Hey, Raven and Lark, how about Lord of the Rings event with fighting orcs and ring race? Ooh, I've been down for that. Good luck getting the Tolkien estate to agree to it, though.
Oh, crap.
Roll!
Nah, there was no way I was going to roll from that position. Oh, well.
Who's ever heard
I've never been good at fighting against shinobis, and I've never been good at playing as shinobi.
Same, but assassins in general.
Lawbringer, hang on. Hang on, Law Daddy. The crazy hat's on his way.
My sombrero shall save you. Ha-ha!
Lost Zone C.
What if the One Piece wasn't real? It's a lie. Deception. Isn't using two swords at once a liability?
A liability.
Legally speaking, now. TND can't even have a good time with being so attached right now.
Sayuri! Fight!
There's a painting about you.
There is a painting in Persona 5 about you, so.
Hey! Dale Expert just dropped 20 bucks saying, hey, how do you get into a new hero after you've mained one for so long? So first of all, thanks for 20 bucks, man.
I really appreciate the 20 bucks for. Oh, I keep falling for that.
Give him a second. He's in the middle.
Yeah, let me. I'm low on health and I'm dealing with a very smart news show. I fell for it that time. anyway, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
It's like, how do you get into a new hero after you've mained one for so long?
Well, considering I've never really mained any heroes, it's hard for me to answer that.
You do have a few that you use, like, you'll rotate for a while.
I'll rotate a few for a while. The way I look at it is, you got to grow an appreciation for who the hero is. One thing I like about For Honor is each hero feels unique. Like, they all kind of have something to them that I really like. Like, Aramusha here, he's kind of a rebel. He's kind of someone who I could see, he doesn't stick to the rules, he does his own thing. And so I kind of play off that. I kind of say, how do I play this rebel? I get into the mindset. When I play Ruth, Ruth is a girl who wants to come into her own. She wants to find a place where she belongs. Oh, crap.
Friend. Coming revenge? Aha!
Sometimes you just gotta play small brain.
That's the only one I play.
Well,
like your insults cannot hurt me, for I have the smoothest of smooth brains. They just slide right off.
But like with Ruth, she's this girl who wants to feel a sense of belonging. She wants to feel like she belongs somewhere. She feels like she needs a fight to prove to herself and to others that she's not a no one, that she belongs. And so I get into her mindset. As a story writer, what I love about each For Honor hero is there is someone behind the mask. There's someone under the helmet. There's someone who you want to appreciate. There's someone that you want to appreciate. Oh, okay.
Shinobi's off to go do his thing.
Oh, good move. I had him down, too.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Samuel the Angel just dropped 30. I really apologize. I don't know what that symbol means. But it's 30 of it.
It's 30 of something. We don't know what.
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. I'll take it. Thank you so much.
He says, hey Raven, I wanted to say that I have been watching you for years and your optimistic view of For Honor is great. I have two questions. What weapon do you think the new hero will use? And what do you want for year 7?
The new hero, based on the silhouette we saw, it looks like it's going to be some kind of sword and shield combination. So I'm guessing a scimitar and some kind of arm shield. That's my guess, but I can't say for certain. Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, we're not going to emote now? Like, we're not going to do a shared emote here?
I think she wants to get down to business.
Oh, I keep falling for that. Crap! Good fight, I guess? Alright. Anyway, back to what I was saying. As for what I want for next year, like I said, I want them to just make more maps. I don't care if they kind of stop making heroes for a year so they can focus on maps, because we've been playing the same maps for almost 2 years now. I'm ready for some variety. I'm ready for something else. Some more Wulin maps, some samurai maps, some knight maps would be nice. Like, I'd like some new maps, genuinely. So any of those would be great. As for what kind of hero I'd like,
Or what weapon do you think? currency was a new Israeli shekel.
Ah!
Oh yeah, viewers from Israel. That's cool.
Good job, Kensei. No, he beat me, fair and square. I think he was a little toxic earlier, but that's fine.
So they could have at least let us commit Sudoku.
Well, what I didn't like earlier was when I was fighting him and I was winning, he decided to emote in the middle of the fight, like, and then he won, so... that does annoy me just a little.
Samuel the Angel says, yes, I am from the Holy Land. For the grace, for the might of the Lord.
For the home of the holy? Actually, people... Okay, so someone asked me in a comment last stream that I need to either sing The Last Stand or When the Winged Hussars Arrive. I'm not going to do it yet. I want that person to pay me to do it, because y'all don't... Y'all should not have to suffer my terrible voice unless I'm getting compensation for it.
Oh, God. But, yeah. So, what do you think the new weapon's going to be?
I already said that.
Say it again.
I said it looks like some kind of sword or shield combo. Yes. Like, I'm looking like a scimitar of some kind, or...
What do you say to the people that sound like they think it's going to be like a guitar of some kind?
Like a Qatar punch dagger?
Yeah.
I would agree to that, except for the fact that they've made it abundantly clear that this is an Arabian hero, and the Qatar was not Arabic; it was Indian. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess they 100% could do the Qatar punch dagger, and I wouldn't mind it at all. That'd be kind of cool. But you're gonna need to make an explanation as to where that came from, because the Qatar punch dagger is a Raj weapon, a Rajput weapon. It's from India. So, I'm just saying.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Alright, let's go for another match, and then we'll see what kind of time we're looking at.
Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, what's a scimitar?
The scimitar is a kind of Arabian weapon. Well, actually, it's not just Arabian. It was used in various other parts of the world. Think okay, if you've ever seen the Disney movie Aladdin, you know the sword that the palace guards used? That's a scimitar. Thick, curved, single-edged blade, very heavy to use, but very classic Arabian-style weapon. All right, we've got a samurai, a Viking, and a Wulin, so that means I better go knight. You know what?
Adam, a sword, but curvy.
Well, it is like.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, mate.
So I'd like an Arabian hero with a scimitar. That'd be sick. I mean, honestly, that's what a lot of people thought when the Wulin were first leaked. All they leaked was an image of the warden being attacked with a curved blade, and everyone thought, oh, it's a scimitar, it's used by an Arabian warrior, they're bringing an Arabian hero. And then it was revealed that it was actually a Dao sword carried by the Chinese, and everyone said, ew. And I'm like, what? The Chinese have a very long, proud history of killing each other.
And any of their neighbors. Oh, crap, I missed my show. Crap. Dang it, come on, don't you guys have enough problems as it is?
It's true, though. It's true, though.
Yeah. So, oh, yeah, and from Unreal over here, curved swords.
From Hammerfell, they have curved swords.
Curved
swords! Are you that surprised?
Sorry I keep asking, but hey, Raven, you ever have one of those movies that just sends you back to being a kid again? For me, I just rewatched How to Train Your Dragon, and I had such a blast. So anyone that gives us back to that, that kid feel.
Let's see. What's one that takes me back to when I was a little kid? That's tough.
Bible Goes West.
Bible Goes West is definitely one that takes me back to when I was little. Definitely. Or Land Before Time.
Land Before Swine?
Yeah, Land Before Swine, you know. But let me see. There's got to be another one. The Fox and the Hound, oddly enough, does that for me.
That one gives me the feels, man.
That one does give me the feels.
Watch out, Raven, there are friends on the other team. Well, how about that?
Wow, Orochi just not taking any prisoners, are you?
Orochi chose violence.
That's the thing that scares me the most about Orochis. Their dodge cancellation is so dangerous. Just it's so hard to anticipate what they're gonna do. They will pressure
It's your own
you.
fight, bro. Please, come on. Don't do this right now, my nigga. Come on, bro. I got this. Like,
I don't think you're talking to us.
I hope they're not.
I'm my old shit. I don't got time for that.
Huh. Intriguing. Hey, Highlander, don't do that. We were in the middle of something there. Alright. Okay.
Crap. Wait, why didn't I start getting up? I thought I was gonna start getting up
You
there.
just got comfortable. What can we say? Oh, you got a theory there, bud?
A theory?
Yes.
What's a theory?
That's a good. Wait, that's something isn't right there.
I'm gonna try to turn B around.
Okay, let's see. If you could join the biblical magi, what gift would you give to baby Jesus?
Oh man, well the problem is each of the gifts that were given to baby Jesus had symbolic significance. That's the thing. Like it's a little hard to pick.
For practical purposes, I'd give him a camel pack. Yeah, stay hydrated on the go. Maybe some good hiking boots. Like you don't need these as a baby, but once you get older, these will come in handy.
Oh crap. Well, there was no way I was going to win that one. Once you revived Shaman, it was over.
You've been bitten by a shaman. You got to go make sure you're up to date on your shots. Then.
Yeah, right. There was really nothing I could do in that situation, but I can probably go back up and try to help Orochi.
Aren't you supposed to read Hebrew or Aramaic because the Bible has been changed so many times? Well, actually, like there's several translations, but like the core text of the Bible, like 99.95% of it, has remained relatively the same. Like we can go back and look at several of the older manuscripts and see that things have remained relatively the same. And for the Old Testament, it's the original text was Hebrew. For the New Testament, it's Greek.
I mean, I'll let y'all fight. Doesn't bother me.
Ruth joined Chimera and Takayama Shiro joined Horkos, correct?
Takayama Shiro joined Horkos. Ruth never officially joined Chimera, but she allies more with them. She joined the Iron Legion. It was Maria, the gladiator, who joined Chimera openly. Because Holden straight up invited her after he freed her. Hold on, Warlord.
Warlord's like, I'm gonna kill at least one more of them.
This is revenge for biting my neck. This is revenge for biting my neck!
Daniel G, are you guys excited for the Henry Cavill? Yes, we are.
I am so excited. Warlord, don't need to thank me. That's what friends are for.
Which reforms would you push if you became Pope? Well, neither of us are candidates for Pope because neither of us are Catholic.
I don't know, considering the idiots that they put in the palace now, in the whatever they call
Well,
it.
then again, if Rodrigo Borgia had a shot at it, maybe we did too.
Oh,
Hey, Raven and Lark, what do you think of the Nutcracker play?
I like it.
Now, here I thought the Nutcracker was something you did off the high dive. Do you have Foxworthy reference for those of you out there? Yeah, I'm afraid Michael the Wolf is right there.
What did Michael the Wolf say?
It's almost like, hey, what do you think the chances?
Oh, you jerk! Hitting me from behind? How dare you! Oh.
It's like your guys aligned with Eve. Oh, wait. But yeah, they were saying, just like what's the chance are we going to get a Wu Lin hero next year? And someone's like, there's probably not going to be.
Probably not. From what I have seen, they don't like the Wulin. They've done everything in their power to not help the Wulin. They release a pirate who would be perfect for the Wulin, straight from China. Straight from China. And what do? Make her an Outlander. She's not a Wulin. She used to be Wulin, but now she's not. So, yeah, you know, like, why do that? Okay, we can have an honorable showdown.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Enemy team is breaking.
Oh, he's smart.
Yes, indeed.
I guess they're gonna have their honorable fight now.
I guess so. What's your favorite Christmas film? Funny you should mention it.
We're gonna make a video hopefully this weekend telling our 12 favorite Christmas films. Lark and I need to sit down and rank them, but we will go into that. Alright, I'm gonna go help them out and see, because I'm pretty sure Shinobi can... Not Shinobi, Orochi can handle what's going on in that.
Not tonight, though.
What's going on?
He was asking if we were playing with viewers. No. Typically, if we play with viewers, we have that set up at the beginning of the stream. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Yes. Hey, Raven Lark, I'm curious if you...
Oh! Okay, she got... No, I'm not mad, because I threw my bomb at her earlier, so I have no room to bitch. But I just think that's funny. Just chuck that thing at me. I love it.
Yay! But have we seen Batman Beyond and our thoughts on it?
I thought Batman Beyond was okay. Not as good as the original, but...
It kind of was, like, I like the movie with, like, Batman Beyond fighting the Joker. I thought that went really well. Like, that's probably, like, I really enjoyed how the Joker got duped by Batman Beyond. That was really fun. It was also kind of weird because, like, there was, like, one Justice League where they went to the future, saw Batman Beyond in, like, an older Static Shock. And it was like, hold on, there's potential here. Let's keep talking about this. You raise me up
so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. I don't like that light attack.
Oh no! And I said fire.
Why? I know you. It was a good fight, guys. You did good, but it was the final stretch. I offer you this sword in recompense. Yeah, we
And
won.
Inquisitor Regulus of Ordo Xenos. A pleasure to have you, Inquisitor.
Pleasure to have you.
Just dropped $15. Hey, Raven. Hope this helped you. Question. Favorite Space Marine Legion?
I've been asked that so many times. We're going to make a new video someday called New Questions I Get Asked All the Time. We're going to add that. My favorite Space Marine Legion is the Basilisk Legion.
Alright, and favorite canon Space Marine?
God, you had to add that. Hold on, okay, it's still set at 85. Let me raise it up to... Let's raise it up to 88.
See what happens.
But anyway, the Basilisk Legion is my favorite, because that's the one I made. One more Dominion, and then we'll switch to Breach. Let me see. I'm probably going to go with either the Black Temple... No, I can't, because they're a chapter, not a Legion. Probably the Raven Guard. Probably the Raven Guard's one of my favorite. Either that or the White Scars, because those two are really cool to me, but they very rarely get talked about. You know, you always hear about the Ultramarines, you always hear about the Salamanders, you always hear about the Blood Ravens, you always hear about the Space Wolves, you always hear about these. You never hear about the White Scars or the Raven Guard. Now, the Raven Guard, I get it. They don't want to be known about. They're the stealthy boys. But the White Scars, come on. They go fast. I guess it's that they just go by so fast that no one notices. Hey, guys! And then they're gone, you know?
I thought you were going for the Breach.
No, I said one more Dominion, then we'll go to Breach. So this is the last Dominion.
Oh,
Dominion!
So we can get our Bretonian fans happy.
Correct. All right.
Lady, this will not
Let's go Magi. I want to go Magi.
Favorite Traitor Legion?
My favorite Traitor Legion...
I'm going with Thousand Suns.
I'm gonna go with the Death Guard.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly.
The Death Guard's pretty. The reason I like the Death Guard is because they kind of came into their own as the warrior group. Because they're not just we worship we worship our Primarch. Our Primarch's all. They kind of made their own choice after a while, you know.
I'd rather say like, listen, we don't like the fact that our intestines are hanging on our outside, but we don't care anymore.
Also, let's be fair, the Death Guard.
That's a baller.
That's a kick-ass.
Before then, they were the Dust Guard, which is also a
The
pretty.
Dust Guard's still pretty good, but
they just got good. They just got a good.
whoever was doing the naming of that, like, hey guys, Death Guard, am I right? Yeah.
Also, Mortarion running around as a power-armored Grim Reaper.
And then, of course, the name Mortarion. I want a Roman Emperor named Mortarion now. Objectively, he'd be perfect.
His name's Tarion, but there's just more of him. So
Yes, Mortarion, exactly. Kind of went quiet there for a minute.
It did. Hey Raven, what would happen if Ubisoft made new maps in story mode? Well, we'd be very happy.
We'd be glad for that, but they're never going to update story mode again, guys. Let's be real. Because think about it. If you go and play story mode now, you will be playing default game. They have not updated any character movesets or abilities in story mode. Everything is as it was when the game came out. So if you want to know what kind of movesets the characters had before all this, go play story mode. It will be trippy for those of you who have played as long as we have. So if they haven't even updated the characters' move abilities, they're not adding anything new to the story mode.
Yep, and
I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Duncan Strawn wanted to correct me. They were called the Dusk Raiders previously.
Yeah, still cool. Still cool.
Still
Still
cool
cool.
name.
I mean, I have no problem with the name.
By the way, Sunday was the 30th anniversary of the Muppet Christmas Carol.
What a great movie!
Yeah, that was one of the best Muppet movies ever.
No question. No in question. That was such a good movie.
I love that the actor that played Scrooge just played it like as seriously as cancer.
Yeah, I know. It's like you're playing with, puppets.
I will treat it as Shakespeare.
Exactly, and he did it so well. And all of it was just so well done. He played it incredibly. He's probably one of my favorite Ebenezer's. He's not my most favorite. My most favorite was a very early one. Like we're talking very early. Oh shoot.
And James Jorgensen just dropped $5.85. Is that like Australian dollars? I think. But anyway, he dropped $5. You really inspired me just to put pen to paper and to take writing my own story seriously. Hope this helps a bit, and God bless. Hey man, thanks. We appreciate that. And good luck with your writing endeavors. And just remember, sometimes the best way to get through writer's block is just to sit down and keep writing.
Very true. Oh crap! Someone stop him! Don't stop! Yes! Stopped him! Yeah!
Oh, and Magnus did nothing wrong. He played Magnus like a damn fiddle. That is true.
I agree with that. Magnus got a bad rap. He got a bad rap.
And Quizzer Regulus, I agree with you. Thousand Suns are what we like here. Shark Chaos asks, do the three Abrahamic religions have the same God? Depends on who you ask.
It really depends on who you talk to. But they asked us, so let's answer. 2 of them do. The other one does not.
Yeah. The thing is, from the Muslim perspective, yes, they consider all us to all worship the same God. From the Christian and Jewish perspective, we consider Allah to be too different from what we see in the Bible. So, but we can go into greater detail on that another time. But that's just a difference of opinion. We've had that debate before. But good question, officer. Hey Raven, which faction could domesticate bears?
The Vikings have a pretty good shot.
They're the closest to Kislev.
Yeah! Finally got him. That was way harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
He was just turtling up and there was nothing we could do about it. Anyway,
Hey Raven, do you like jetpack marines or biker marines?
probably biker marines.
Well, you did say you like the white scars.
Yeah! Good teamwork, Zerk!
faction war, what would happen? Peace, hella.
Good teamwork, Zerk. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, he's parrying. He's a parry god.
I've been planning on writing a full lore legend of my Roshi, Ryo Hiroshi. Oh, cool. Because he takes place in For Honor 4.
Oh,
That's cool.
He takes place in it For Honor and Glory? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
You gotta write Reef and Richard Blackthorne. Sweet. Oh yeah, Pierce remember it's not like at the Knights one. Peace, freedom, and security for our new empire. Your new empire. Excellent, Pierce. Excellent. Just be careful working with the Romans there, Pierce. You have a history.
That is unfortunate.
Most of it.
Team Wa, take no prisoners. He is the true king of Egypt. Can I get an amen in chat?
He is from Zambia.
Well, I mean, he's doing it for the queen of Egypt.
Indeed. Well,
And he wants to marry her.
Egypt has been conquered by foreigners on numerous occasions. Looking at the Hyksos.
Oh, this guy's so good at light parrying.
We're getting a lot of amen.
Yeah, because they agree. Team Wa is the true king of Egypt.
Egypt got destroyed into the state. Well, in some ways, yes, but like when you have one of the most fertile places on the world, you're going to be a popular spot to be targeted. Oh, Inquisitor Regulus of Ordo Xenos dropped another $5. Says, sorry for annoying you with that. Oh, you're good.
No, you're fine.
Here's this to make it 20. Also, Zniche is my favorite Chaos God.
Yeah. Hey, no disrespect there.
I enjoy Zniche.
Zniche is cool.
He makes no sense, but he wants to make no sense, and that's why I like him.
Well, what I love about Tzeentch, and I said this in my video on him, my favorite thing about Tzeentch is he is plotting just because he likes to plot. If you asked him, hey man, what's your big secret plan? He'll answer, it's too big for you to comprehend it. But deep in his mind, I have no idea.
I have no idea what I'm doing, and that's a good thing.
To him, it's like the worst thing that could happen is the war's all end, and then he doesn't get to plot anymore. He's like, no, I must keep pretending I'm smarter than you.
I also love it in the warp. There's like this weird gravity well or like some sort of end well or something that's like no, even the Chaos Gods don't like going towards it, and he's just like, I'm gonna throw demons at it to see what happens. And then he just keeps throwing, and none of them return until Kairos Fate Weaver comes crawling back, and he's like, please put me out of my misery. Oh, that's pretty sweet. You got 2 heads now. Well, go out there and do stuff.
But please, I can't see what's in front of me.
I can only see the past and the infinite of the future. That's pretty wacky there.
Hey, tell me, what does the infinite look like? It's blue. If you got that reference in chat, I love you, okay? If you got that reference, the infinite is blue. Okay, I can play that game. You want to play feats?
It was 42.
Did I not parry that?
The Roman attacking Egyptian. How stereotypical.
Alright. Plague be upon thee! Oh, you gotta be kidding. Well, first let's heal up. For the true queen! That is unfortunate.
Lark, why is Nate such a nerd?
Because he is.
Because he plays a children's trading card.
He does look like he belongs on a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
All the Chaos cards do to agree, except for Slanesh, she'd be censored by 4
Slanesh would be censored by 4 kids.
And rightly so.
It's Trudeau. Why did I say Trudeau? I don't like Trudeau. Go away, Trudeau.
We're not Canadian.
We're not Canadians. I don't even think most Canadians like Trudeau. If you're Canadian in the chat, feel free to disagree.
I think they either don't like him or most are kind of like, he's there.
That's a general consensus.
The Canadians like, well, I'll tell you this, Trudeau, he sure is there.
He sure is a guy, person.
Definitely. I think he also got some credit for being a boxer.
He was a boxer?
Yeah, like...
That weenie?
Well, he was like in his own weight class. I think he apparently did okay. Oh, person says true.
Oh, good move. Good feint.
But yeah, the Canadians though in chat will be happy to know I just finished teaching the War of 1812. Okay.
Oh shoot!
No.
Really? Okay, thank you though.
Remember, Long Ranger, if explosives don't solve your problems, you're not using enough.
It's just like, oh man. Well, he got me. I will give him that, but it didn't end well.
Lark and Raven dropped it, but what would a combined controlled Star Wars galaxy be like? Just
A combined and controlled Star Wars galaxy?
by what faction? That depends, like, because we already know what the Republic sort of looks like because we have the High Republic era.
Right.
We know what the Empire looks like controlling it. It depends on which faction. Like, you know, if the Confederacy of Independent Systems took over, if, like, you know, the First Order, even though they technically shouldn't exist, took over, if Thrawn decided to just become the God King of the galaxy, who are we talking about? Hey, Raven and Lark, what was the deal with Arius? What was he about, and why is he a heretic? Arius had he disagreed with the Orthodox Church, or what was forming into the Orthodox Church, about the nature of Jesus, and there was an argument over his divine nature. Arius argued that Jesus was not part of the Trinity. The big thing was he disagreed with the Trinity, and that's what really they had him kicked out for. But don't worry, he got popular in Northern Europe briefly. Any hopeful predictions on the next hero?
I'd really like a Rajput hero, but everything's in Arabia, so I doubt it. Right now, what it's looking like... Here's my anticipation. It's gonna be... You idiot! Fine. That's the game you want to play, son?
Watch out, you'll throw right into the fire.
Eat it.
Oh no. Literally the best warriors in Star Wars are Ewoks. Wrong. It's the Jawas. Ah!
That's revenge, you son of a bitch.
No. This is a medieval fighting game. Son of a hamster, and your mother smelt of elderly.
Good fight.
No.
Bring it in, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, the true king of Egypt. Before you. This is Destiny.
The Pharaoh speaks. They're teddy bears with pointy sticks. Yes, but they have rocks.
Hey, you know, weren't we all teddy bears once with pointy sticks?
What? I feel like that goes against being Christian. That's what the Council of Nicaea thought. Literally, there's like, it was Arius and one other guy. It's like, I don't know, I think he's got a point, to which the rest of the Orthodox priests said, yeah, that's great, get out of the room.
Actually, hold on, before we go into Breach, I need to get myself something to drink, because now that we're going into Breach, I can rant, and I'm going to need a refill. So, are there any questions that chat wants to ask while I do this?
Okay, that's good. Sharp Chaos, as far as crossovers go, we would love it if we could see For Honor and Glory become canonized. That would be awesome. We'll see, Wesley. Are we taking any viewers on for the Breach?
No, we're just going to keep it this way for tonight. If you want to try to join and chance it, kind of like what Crippling Vibes does, you can. But I'm not going to invite anyone.
We're not inviting anyone tonight. If maybe you can risk it like Crippling Vibes, and perhaps you'll wind up in the same lobby, but not tonight. Typically, if we do it with viewers, we have it planned out beforehand.
Right. We like to try to have it planned before that we're going to do it. Tonight we're not going to. Maybe when I stream next week, we'll do it. But for right now, nah. Because tonight I have a lot of stuff I want to chat about. I want to talk about some stuff. So tonight we will not be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Let's see. Council We weren't expecting special forces. Yeah, well, if you could handle some bears with sharp sticks, we wouldn't be here. Pretty much. What if Grievous survived and took over the galaxy? He would have fine additions to his collection.
Problem is, Grievous wouldn't have taken over the galaxy.
That would be a grievous error on his part.
Ah! Because even if Grievous survived his fight with Obi-Wan...
I need to invest in a soundboard if I'm going to keep making puns.
Yeah, we may need to get one of those. Anyway, hold on.
Christmas wish, guys.
Hold
Santa, if you're listening, please, soundboard.
Ho, ho, ho! Screw you.
Yeah. I've gotten coal for the past, let's see...
How old
26 years.
All right, well,
The joke's on him, thanks to rising fossil fuel prices. I'm making mint!
It's very true.
I wish you could have seen more of Grievous. If you really want to see Grievous, Pete Grievous, watch the 2003 cartoon version.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. But yeah, Team Wa dominated the last match. That felt really good. I like Team Wa. I really do. We'll need to let Team Wa know. All right. Well, if there are no other questions right now, let's get into... Well, actually, first let me pick my character. I have not, since the rework, gotten the chance to try out Tiandi. Let's go Tiandi first. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, people were asking me why I don't like the new season. I like the new season. It's fine. Music is good. Art is good. Some of the battle pass weapons are good. I'm excited for the coming of the new hero. And you know what? I don't even mind that it's Arabia. I like Arabia. Arabia has some really interesting history. I do not mind that we're getting an Arabian hero. I don't even care if they're Muslim. That's irrelevant to me. It's all fine. And genuinely, I like how this season looks. I like how it feels. There's a lot to look forward to with this season. So I am not at all against this season. But there is a problem, and it is something that I brought up before. I do not like the story direction. The story direction to me... Hold on. There we go. The story direction to me is terrible. It is incredibly annoying, incredibly predictable, and a redo of Season 2 of this year. And yes, people were saying, oh, you just have a bias, Raven. You're saying that the For Honor devs have a bias because you're biased. I'm going to put that to bed right now. Okay? So all of you who are here, you're about to hear my take on this bias bullshit. Do I have a bias? Well, we all have a bias, don't we? All of us, some way, somehow, have a bias. Do you have a favorite sports team? You're going to have a bias towards that sports team. Do you have a religion that you practice? You're probably going to have a bias towards that religion. Do you have a country of origin? You will most likely have a bias towards that country of origin. We all have biases, including myself. So yes, I will confess. Do I have bias as a Christian? Sure. I'll grant you that. But my question is, does my bias detract from the truth? Can you say that I'm wrong in what I tell you? And what am I telling you? Only this. For Honor said for years, there are no Christians in For Honor. It's all polytheistic. No monotheistic religions at all. Let's dance with this guy. No monotheistic religions at all. They told us that. And whenever I brought up Christian stuff with the Knights, people were quick to go to the comments and say, they're not Christian, Raven. They're not Christian. You're just a bigot. There are no Christians in For Honor. So I made a video saying, are the Knights in For Honor Christian? And even though I said it doesn't look like Ubisoft wants them to be, here's some stuff that I've noticed that could have connected them to Christianity. But I quietly accepted, okay, we're never going to see anything Christian with the Knights in For Honor. I accepted that, okay? But now, with the arrival of Ravier, she is wearing Christian, nun-like robes. She looks like a woman of the cloth. Her design, as they've admitted, was taken from Baldwin IV, who was a Christian king from the Crusader states before the Third Crusade. And she is wearing a crown of thorns, which is a direct reference to what Jesus Christ wore when he was being crucified. This is not debatable. This is all true. So even though they didn't come right out and say Raviera was a Christian, she is covered in Christian iconography. And they have said that this new Arabian country was based heavily off of Arabia during the Islamic Golden Age. And if we're talking about the Islamic Golden Age, that means, oh my gosh, monotheism, because Islam is a monotheistic religion. So if we're now saying there are monotheistic religions, they have no reason to say, oh, well, there's no Christianity. So yes, we can now argue that at the very least Raviere is wearing Christian iconography because she is most likely a practicing Christian. Now, with that said, I take issue with the fact that they're making the first Christian character that they've released, or Christian symbolic character that they've released, a villain character. And that is my bias. Granted, I'll grant you that. That is my bias. I don't want them to do that. So, can we all just accept that? But does my bias change the truth? And here's the truth. Let me prove to you they have a bias. I can prove it right now. Why didn't we have Tiandi as a hero skin? Why didn't we have Tiandi? You literally could have said a Tiandi who serves Horkos, one of the best warriors in all of Horkos, led an expedition to this Arabian island to do everything that Raviere did. Everything that Raviere did. You didn't need Raviere. Just make it a Tiandi hero the exact same way. Horkos warrior, went there to steal shit, left, same story, different character. You could have done it. There was nothing that needed to be specifically Raviere. There's nothing about her character or her story that makes this something that couldn't be given to someone else. Why didn't we get Tiandi? It would have met with the pattern. We started with, we were going through the vanguards. We had Warden, we had Raider, we had Kensei. Tiandi's next. No, we're not going to do Tiandi. Who are we going to do? Black Prior. Why Black Prior? Because we can make her look like a Christian. Why? Well, obviously, Raven, to tie into the Crusader stakes. Really? So you admit that they were trying to make it a Christian thing. Okay, then why is she evil? Well, because she serves Horkos. Then why didn't you make it a Warmonger? Warmonger would very easily tie into Horkos, would still be a vanguard, and you wouldn't have to make her look Christian iconographic to make it work. So yes, so you can say you have a bias, Raven. Fine, I have a bias. Am I wrong? Can you look me in the eye and say no, there wasn't some bias going on here? That's one of my issues. I grant you, that's one of my issues. The story feels lazy because it feels like it's a retread of Season 2. In Season 2, what was it? Bullthorn, a warrior from Heathmoor, leaves Heathmoor to go to some random bumfuck nowhere desert land to get an artifact and bring it back to help his people. And then when he gets back, the people that he just stole from show up in revenge to get it back, and that's how we get the Medjai. What's this story? Raviere, a warrior from Heathmoor, goes to the middle of some bumfuck desert land somewhere and steals themselves an artifact so that they can help their people. And then the people from that land send their warriors to get revenge and justice. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Only the difference is, this is Arabia, and that was Egypt. That's the only difference. You couldn't even change the culture. They're both desert-based Arab cultures. Well, Egypt wouldn't really count as Arab, I guess. But modern day, you might make that argument. But Egypt had close ties to Jerusalem, during the Crusader era. But anyway, back to the point. I can come up with a better story for them to make it different. How's this? The Sultana of this Arabian land looked into her future seer, into her sphere of her celestial sphere, and saw a vision of a dark knight who destroyed their kingdom. Fearing this, she thought that a preemptive attack to prevent this knight from rising was necessary, so they sent their warriors in secret to attack Heathmoor, causing great devastation to Heathmoor in the process. Therefore, you get your new hero. But as a result of this, the knight that they were so afraid of ended up rising anyway. This knight, Raviere, was angry at the fact that no one else in Heathmoor was doing anything about this threat as Ashfeld burned, so she rose up to attack their kingdom later and then destroy the celestial sphere while she was there as punishment for what they did. There! Look at that. I just made a reason for both of them to come in, which makes both justified, doesn't make either one the villain because both have very legitimate reasons for doing what they did. So I think that would be a much better, more well thought out story. Instead, you decided to recycle season 2 and make the Christian character that you just added the villain. And here's the thing, I don't care if you want to make a Christian character the villain. Not every Christian out there is going to be a good person. I'll grant you that. I freely admit that. But the reality is that you're not exploring this faith. You're not exploring aspects of the faith that we could discuss. And you literally spent years telling us there are no Christians in this game, only to finally add one so that they can be the big bad Crusader. It doesn't even work from a Crusader standpoint, because if you want to argue, well, Raven, what did the Crusaders do? They invaded Muslim lands. Well, first of all, Baldwin didn't. Baldwin was already set up as king of Jerusalem, and he did, granted, he did attack Cairo at one point, but they were already embroiled in war. Jerusalem was already caught up in war. It wasn't like, yeah, you know what, they're minding their own business, let's just go invade them. That wasn't how that worked. Baldwin did not just do that. And besides, how did they learn about the Celestial Sphere in the first place? Who told them? Was it Bo Yin? How did she know about it? Because according to the lore, they've kept people out for centuries until suddenly the Sultana decided to be stupid and said, you seem reasonable. I'll let you in. You seem like a nice person. That seems stupid to me. Incredibly stupid. Maybe they deserved what they got. Because if you're actually dumb enough to take this person and her friends armed to the teeth who are just saying, no, we come in peace. Oh, you come to trade with us? No, we just come in peace. Would you mind showing us your most sacred artifact? Normally I'd question this, but I like the cut of your jib. Exactly.
Just they were like, she had no viziers going, are you sure that's a good idea? Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge issue for me. Like I said, just feels repetitive. Feels like they were just recycling a season, and they decided to do the classic Christians bad, Muslims good. Because they made it out to be that these Muslims were just so prim and perfect, like there was no problem with them. They lived a perfectly prosperous life because they knew how to avoid all the storms and all the wars and all the catastrophes. Like, I'm going, how? How did they avoid all this? Did they avoid the flood by moving their island or building a giant umbrella? Did they avoid the drought by just having a seasoned water supply? What did they do to avoid all the wars?
Samuel the angel actually dropped in and said, apparently in the lore they dropped, apparently she did have viziers that warned her this was a foolish idea, and the Sultan just ignored it because she was arrogant.
Well then she deserves what she got. I feel no sympathy for you if you're actually stupid enough to say, "Non, fam, you look fine. We'll let you in."
All the viziers, this is clearly a terrible idea.
Yeah, you know what? Jafar was right, Sultana. Maybe you shouldn't have let Jasmine be the new Sultana, okay?
Hashtag Jafar was right.
Hashtag Jafar was right, people. But here's the thing, and now people are going to say, I guarantee it, someone's going to say, you're Islamophobic, Raven. I'll say it again. I have no problem that there's an Islamic hero. That doesn't bother me. That's fine. In fact, I think that that's a creative idea. There were Muslim warriors out there that I have a lot of respect for. Very impressive ones. You want to make a Seljuk or a Mameluke? Definitely a Mameluke. That'd be awesome. You want to make an actual Arabic warrior, an Islamic warrior? Fine. Do it. But show respect to both sides of this issue. Don't just say, big bad Christians stomped on the poor peace. Because here's the problem with that. You want to know the ultimate problem with that? If you're such a peace-loving people, if you're like, oh no, we didn't have to fight any wars, we've prospered so well because we've kept everyone out, we're doing so well, where are your warriors? How are you going to be able to contend with the knights, Vikings, samurai, Wulin, and other outlanders when you are so used to peace? Now, someone tried to argue, what about the samurai, Raven? They went through Sakoku where they had almost 300 years of peace. They still had warriors. Yeah, because they came from a warrior culture that already had it all set up. Here, they've lived for peace for, as they said, centuries. We're talking 1,000 years of time where they've never been embroiled in any major war. They're not going to have any battlefield tactics that are up to date. They're not going to have armor or weapons that are up to date. Because you want to know the big thing that samurai had to deal with when they finally opened their borders and they got to see the military power of the British and the American war machine? They went, shit. That's what they said. They said, Bakana. Nani? Nandato. They looked at that and they said, what is this? How do we deal with this? And that's exactly what they're going to say. So you want to send your army to come to Heathmore and deal with these 4 factions. The Vikings. Everyone talks about how the Vikings are the weakest ones. The Vikings would be more than a match for you. Because at least they've been fighting for years along with these people. What have you got? You've been living in peace on a secluded island, sipping tea and going, let's talk math, philosophy, economics. We have no need to train a massive army because we don't need to. We can use our magical sphere to predict when there's going to be a problem and somehow avoid it. The lore said itself. They have been untouched. They have been they have not had to deal with anything. And my thought there is, that's a problem. I'm sorry, I know I'm getting impassioned about this, but when people say that it's just your bias, Raven, you're just biased and you're not thinking things through clearly, I'm always like, have you read it? Have you seen this? Are you thinking about this from a historical or warfare or even religious perspective? The reason the Crusades happened, I had to have this conversation earlier. Why did the Crusades happen? It wasn't just because Christians don't like Muslims. Literally, it was because the Byzantines were being invaded by the Muslim Empire. After the Battle of Manzikert, Constantinople was in spitting distance by the Turks. The Byzantine Emperor literally called out, "Hey, Pope, can you help?" Now here's the thing, the Pope, he's like, y'all are Orthodox, we're Catholic. If I help you now, we could re-merge the church and rebuild Christianity from to what it used to be and make ourselves strong again. Yes, gladly help you. Hey, knights, lords, everybody in Western Europe, let's go help them out. But they're heretics. Shit, that's right, I can't exactly make you see things the way I do. Alright, tell you what, go and fight for the Holy Land. If you do, it will secure your path to heaven if you die. Really? Well, we've all done some pretty crappy stuff. Are you sure? Yeah, totally. If you die fighting for the Holy Land, your path to heaven is secured. And if we take any land, I guess you can have some of that if the Byzantines are okay with it. But mostly, go take the Holy Land.
The original thing was like they were supposed to give it back to the Byzantines. In fact, they did up until after the siege of Antioch because the Byzantines bailed out because the Byzantines thought they were all dead.
Yeah, the Byzantines thought like they were losing, so they bailed out. And so the Crusaders said, all right, then we're taking this land. And that's how the Crusader state started. And people said, well, why did they go to the Holy Land? Because the Pope knew that to get to the Holy Land, they would have to fight through the territory that the Turks had taken.
And also, the Holy Land was taken from the Byzantines, though it had been taken far further back.
And then a lot of people like to say, well, the Crusades were an abject failure because they didn't take the Holy Land. Actually, they did. They just didn't hold it forever. Eventually, as with most things do, things changed, intentions changed, desires changed, miscommunication, and eventually, nobody cared about the Holy Land anymore. Want to know something funny about the Sixth Crusade? The Christians came up and said, give us the Holy Land. You know what the Muslims said? Okay. No problem.
So fine, just stop bothering.
But here's the crazy thing. Everyone says they just came in and they massacred those poor innocent Muslims. You want to know what the Muslims were doing? You want to know what happened? The first group to make it to the into the battlefield was the Peasant Crusade. And just like it says, they were mostly just peasants who were on their way on a pilgrimage led by Peter the Hermit, who had no idea what he was getting into. And so the Turks said, slaughter them. Slaughtered them very easily, and the Turks went, this is what the Western Europeans...
The thing is, like, what they did was they actually broke Islamic law, too.
Yeah, they took...
Because the ones they captured, they said, you have a choice. You will either convert or you will die. Islamic law dictates they should have given them the opportunity to pay the jizya as well.
Yes, and for those who don't know what the jizya is, it's an Islamic practice at the time. Basically, if you are a person of the book, that means a Christian or a Jew, you can either convert to Islam, you can be killed, or you can pay a tax that is specific to your faith. And the Turks did not let them have that option. They just said, you're either going to convert or we're going to kill you. So a lot of the Muslims at the time didn't like how violent the Turks were.
That's why the Fatimid Caliphate actually took the Jerusalem away from the Seljuks because they were having so many problems with them.
But the point is, the Muslims at the time thought, well, these guys are weak. The Western Europeans are weak. We have nothing to worry about. Then the actual Crusader force showed up. The Turks heard about it and said, we don't need to really worry about this. They're all weak. We'll deal with them with our smaller forces. Yeah, that didn't work. The Crusaders were way stronger than they expected. And, yeah.
Heavy cavalry.
Heavy cavalry, baby. They had no idea what they were in for.
Well, according to Muslim sources, it was just like they walked through our arrows as though it was rain.
Now, granted, the Muslims, after the Turks realized how tough the Crusaders were, they put up a much tougher fight, and it was touch and go for a while. But still, my point is, it was not a matter of, those poor peace-loving Muslims didn't do anything wrong, and they were just mistreated by those big, mean Islamophobic Crusaders who just hate brown people.
It's just weird.
Let's ask Charlemagne about that.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're a piece of, like, Islam has boasted several, like, very powerful warrior cultures. You gotta do them a disservice by just claiming they only work for peace.
Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, we're a religion of peace who only wants to make peace with other people, but we're also warriors who will kick your ass if you test us. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You're one or the other. You're either a warrior culture with a lot of props, or you are peace-loving holy people who get beat up by everyone who tries to come up against you. Pick one. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be peaceful in times of peace and warriors in times of war. That's fine. But people who want to say, no, we were innocent lambs who were invaded, yeah, bull. I hear the same thing from pagans who argue about the Baltic Crusades. You Christians are weak. Your holy man died on a piece of wood. You're all weak. You're all charlatans. You're all peace-loving morons who we could kick the teeth out of if you wanted to. Baltic Crusades are brought up. Oh, you big bullies! How dare you come into our land and beat us up? See, that's the thing. You can't have it both ways. You are either a proud warrior people, or you are peace-loving people who got bullied. Don't step to me with this.
It would be like the Spartans laughing at every other Greek state for being weak, and every other Mediterranean culture for being weak, and then crying when the Romans beat the crap out of them.
Exactly. You can't have it both ways. It is way too convenient for you. Like, we're going to be real powerful, awesome warriors until we get our butt kicked. Well, then it's not our fault. It's that we're just victims in all this. We didn't do nothing to you. I'm pretty sure I've pissed off some people now.
No, most everyone's pretty much agreeing with you.
But anyway, the reason for my rant was not to go into all this about the Crusades. That was actually not my point. No, believe it or not, that wasn't what I was trying to say. I had a point. 1 second.
You're right, Sam.
My point was that people who say the story's fine, you just have a bias. I have a bias only in the fact that I'm a Christian and I don't really like seeing my faith being made out to be the bad guy. And I'll admit to that. I will admit to that much. But am I wrong about the fact that there's a clear bias coming from Ubisoft too?
Yeah, well, the thing is, with Ubisoft and a lot of modern companies, they know the only one they can properly pick on
is Christianity.
And I think Samuel the Angel over here puts it best. Both religions were not great during the Crusading era in the Middle East, especially towards their treatment of Jews. That is correct. Both did some. But we won't talk. Like Germany didn't just start mistreating Jews in the 20th century.
Nah, no, really, the Jews were the real victims.
Yeah, even when the Catholic Church said, "Please don't do that," to the Germans went, "Too late, we already did it."
Yeah.
But yeah, neither side was pure.
No, every side had its dark side. Every side did bad stuff. Like people who say the siege of Jerusalem was barbaric. Sure it was. How about what Baibars did in Antioch during the Second Crusade? No one talks about that one. It was considered, even by Muslim scholars, to be a bit much. And Crusader sources have said it was the most slaughter of innocents seen during the crusading periods.
Yep.
So just say, oh, well, only the Christians did that kind of stuff.
Well,
I'm not saying the Crusaders were innocent. Far from it. They did some reprehensible things, and we can talk about those as long as you're willing to accept that no one was an innocent.
why do you we don't talk about what I did.
Let's leave that alone.
Yes, son of a But yeah. We feel you there, Inquisitor. Levi, you're not wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, there was a good question here earlier. Oh yeah. What are you drinking out of? You don't like Dr. Pepper, right?
No, it's Coke. It's just regular Coca-Cola.
He's addicted to Coke, no. Anyway, there's another question, like, after the collapse of Rome, who would you say is, like, the actual successor?
The successor of Rome?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, obviously, the Byzantine Empire was
I
kind
think,
of...
like, after even they.
Oh, even after them? Well...
There's a couple ways you can look at it.
There are several ways you can look at what happened.
Like, you could look at it as the Ottomans, since they are the ones who finally snuffed them out, and they took over the new one.
You could look at some of the European countries, because...
You could look at the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah.
You could argue technically. You could argue Russia, since they carried on the Orthodox faith, and they consider themselves the Third Rome. And some have considered Spain, because in the will of the last Roman emperor, he said, if we go down, I'm giving everything to Spain.
Yeah, so, I mean, it really depends on who you want to look at there, but that's a discussion that could go many ways.
Yep, there's the Kingdom of Italy. Yeah, but that's not quite wrong, but I understand the line. Some have argued America, at least as far as legal systems go, the other systems you could argue is like a kind of a new Roman republic.
I've heard people argue that.
Yeah. The Iberian Peninsula is fun. It is fun.
It is fun. There's a lot fascinating there.
Yep. Oh, Iberia.
Europa. I like how that Black Friar saw me and ran the other way. Oh, you want to try again?
Try. No, not like that. Is the Catholic Church the successor of Rome? They're kind of the last legal office of the Roman Empire still in effect. Because, keep in mind, like I said, their Pope is Pontifex Maximus. They divide things up into dioceses. They are the Roman Catholic Church, so there is a connection there. You could make the argument they are the last thing. The Basques will rise again, and maybe. Humans are gonna human. We can't change that.
It's true.
You're dead. Hang right. Paulion had something.
Let's go help out
Move
Meg.
away from your mic. We only have the one. I apologize, Mike. I'll scoot a little closer.
We only have one mic. Sorry, we're sharing it.
It's focused on Raven because he's kind of
Let me try to turn it a little bit so that Lark can be heard a bit better.
just a bit. I also sometimes I bend it more, so I sometimes lean away. Ubisoft needs to be visited by the three ghosts from A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd actually be an interesting situation. I am the ghost of For Honor's past.
It's just a Paulion because it's so long.
Bonk, 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 bonk. I am the ghost of For Honor present.
I didn't get the PTRS-41. I found the match. A lot of people seem to not understand that conflict is in our nature. Don't tell Wisecrack now.
Yeah, remember their stupid ass video?
We are stubborn and resilient. Human species or Judaism? Technically both.
You could argue both there.
Look at the Maccabees.
But there, I have made my big rant about my thoughts on the season. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot I like about the season and a lot I'm excited about, but in terms of story, it is lacking in a big way. And I think that that's just undeniable. It's even if you don't want to talk about the Christian aspect of it, you can't deny that it is just a repeat of season 2.
Yep. And to our Jewish listeners, I wish you a very happy Hanukkah.
To our Jewish listeners, Merry Christmas.
Happy
I'm like genuinely happy holidays, but I'm still gonna say Merry Christmas because
the thing is, like, I have two Jewish students all in the same class, and so as they were discussing, I said Merry Christmas and a happy Hanukkah, just so I got my bases covered. And they're actually quite happy because typically they don't hear it. So yeah, it's a nice little celebration. And I apologize, I misspelled that. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's okay.
I need to go shiv myself.
All right. One more breach, and that'll be it for the night, guys.
No. It's one more time now.
Shiver my timber, shiver my sail, yo ho yo. Like,
another great Muppets movie.
that was an awesome Muppet movie. You know what? The one song that everyone requested, I have not sung. We've sung like 3 others, but haven't sung that one.
Well, you said they have to pay for it.
Pay for it. Anyway, who's going to be the last one for tonight? You know what? I've only done one Viking all night. Let's go a Viking to wrap it up. Let's go Valk.
There was a request for Valk.
Let's go Valk, baby. Let's go Valk. I'm gonna go Lark's favorite build for Valk.
Woo!
Because I have 3 builds for Valk. Lark loves the first one the most.
Mm-hmm. What do we do with the drunken sailor?
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, early in the morning. Lock him in the brig until he's sober, lock him in the brig until he's sober, lock him in the brig until he's sober, early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, early in the morning. Not that we've heard that song before.
No, never. And about those hero predictions, we still think Arabic hero goes.
I'm still gonna go Arabic hero sword and shield combo. That is my thought.
Yep. Hey Raven, what do you think about the Valk rework?
I like it. I just haven't gotten used to it. I've always been very bad with Valk. I do okay, but my mix-up has always been to do a heavy soft paint into a shield bash to open up for a light. Now they've taken that away, so now you can soft paint into an all guard. So it's like, shoot, I need to fix that timing.
Is the all guard like the all father?
No.
I'll be.
So I'm still getting used to Valk's rework, but it is good. Objectively, I like her rework. It is so much better now.
Alright. Hey Raven and Lark, what is your favorite Scooby-Doo movie? Mine is Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy.
That's a good one.
Skunk Leader.
Probably gotta be, okay, so I'm gonna answer this 2 ways. One is in terms of which one I genuinely enjoyed the most, and the other one in terms of which one inspired me the most. So the one that I enjoyed the most was probably Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Agreed.
That one was so good, and they got that really cool song. It's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. 'Cause it's terror time again. Yeah, so I love that. But in terms of which one, shoot!
Error 404, Valk.exe.
Well, I was trying to do I was getting into that old habit of I was getting into a bad habit. But anyway, back to what I was saying. In terms of which one inspired me the most, it would probably be Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. You probably haven't heard of that one. It was a directed-video one. It was never shown in theaters.
And it was really just Scooby.
It was just Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy. The setup was probably several anime might have been inspired from this. But the setup was that Shaggy had taken a job as a gym coach at a boarding school for girls called Grimwoods. They show up. Only the problem is all the girls at Grimwoods are the daughters of famous classic monsters. Like the daughter of Dracula, the daughter of the Mummy, the daughter of the Wolfman, stuff like that. And they need to take care of these girls or else they're going to get killed by the fathers, you know, that kind of stuff. And the reason I like that one is not because it's good necessarily, it's kind of hokey and corny in a lot of ways. Like the puns, all the puns that they throw. Like I tried to do a drinking game where I took a drink every time they made a really bad pun. I had to just stop. Like it was just nothing but puns. I thought I would do a sweep after that. What? There we go. Crap. Anyway, so the reason I like that one is because it inspired me with Monster Club. True story, my story Monster Club. So what happened was my friend Hannah, no, sorry, not Hannah. I apologize. Mika, who was my original artist friend who worked on a lot of art with me when we were doing stories. When we were coming up with Monster Club, her first suggestion was, why don't we make it a family of vampires? I didn't like that because that felt too much like Twilight, and I didn't want to go down that route. But I was trying to think of another way to do it, and then I remembered seeing Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, and I thought, hey, what if it's a family of monsters, just random monsters, not just vampires? We could have a vampire in there, but it's more than just the vampire, you know? And she was fine with that. And that's what got that started.
Alright, and Ismail Thompson just dropped $5. Asked for our take on Henry Cavill, confirmed to be an executive producer on the 40K movie or TV show. We are.
We are so excited. Said that earlier, but thank you so much for the $5. We are so excited. We are so excited for what that promises.
Appreciate it. We love Henry Cavill, and we love 40K, and we know he loves it too.
Yeah, because he loves it so much, we know he's going to take care of it.
He's just a passion. Yeah, but Pierce, that person's right. Terror Time has no business slapping that hard.
No!
It's kind of like the...
It's a stupid Scooby-Doo movie. Why are you making such a kick-ass song?
It's like the What's New Scooby-Doo opening.
What's New Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. Who was that? Green Day? I think that was Green Day.
Yeah.
No.
No, that wasn't Green Day.
It wasn't Green Day. No, that was... Who was
It was
that?
Rise Against?
No, it wasn't Rise Against. Definitely wasn't Rise Against.
That would have been a
No, it's Simple Plan. It was Simple Plan. That's who it was. I'm sure.
Simple. Can't be.
I'm pretty sure it was Simple
No, I
Plan.
think you're right. I'm just making a joke. But yeah. Oh, and hey, Raven Lark, how important was the Pax Romana in history? It was quite important, just sort of like as it helped sort of stabilize the Roman world, and it helped allow like Rome to pass on several of its gifts. Because if it didn't have that period of peace and stability, Roman culture might not have stuck everywhere, and it would have been as influential as it was.
Peace is essential for culture as well.
Yep, and war is essential for that culture to contain itself.
Exactly. War and peace have their place.
Even on a bookshelf. Hey! Oh, Holy Crushing just dropped $5 and says, So Raven, here is a real question for you. If you could get training from any For Honor character, who would it be and why?
If I could get training from any For Honor
First of all,
character?
thanks for the super chat. But
Yeah,
that was a good question.
thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Always great to get that. But if I could get any training, I would do Griffin.
I agree.
I would do Griffin, and I'll tell you why. Because Griffin has been trained by various cultures. He's lived among various cultures. He speaks their languages. He's learned their fighting arts and their combat tactics. So even though he just fights with a Bardiche, he probably knows way more than that. And I'd love to pick his brain about what he's learned.
Also, he's got the most access to armor. So yeah, I'd go with Griffin. But if I could go Griffin, I'd probably go Warden, just because that Sword Man. I'm a fan.
That sword man, dope.
Hey Raven, on a scale of 1 to Germany, how many war crimes have the Imperium of Man committed?
Oh, hold on now. Whose war crimes? Who wrote the war crimes? Because I don't remember them ever writing a list of war crimes that could be committed against filthy Xenos and heretics.
It's like
The Geneva Convention is a list of sissies.
The Geneva Convention is a suggestion list by the Inquisition.
We don't actually have to do it.
It's like war crimes. I believe you mean public service. But in all seriousness,
I think they treat the Geneva Convention like a grocery list. Check one off as they go.
To put it in perspective, I would say they commit so many war crimes, Pol Pot would blush. So
Hitler would say, "Settle down."
Stalin would go, "It's Tuesday for me." I mean, that's bad.
The Japanese would say, "Is that it?"
They'd go, hold on. You're good. You got a good place to start, but I have a few suggestions.
This is a good starting point, but we can do better.
And the Assyrians are going, weaklings. It's not a war crime if they're not considered people.
It's very true. Kind of like that. It's kind of like hey, the police can't arrest you if they're dead.
It's like, but those are children. Yes, but they're Tau children, so they really don't matter. Fire away.
They're children, but they are of the Tau, so can we really consider them children? In the same sense you would consider a garbage can a pile of shit.
Yeah, the Ottomans would slightly cringe. No one expects the Imperial Inquisition. Yep, unless you're Caiaphas Cain, then at this point
Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium. Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium.
Jack Swanson's right. It's not a war crime if the war hasn't started yet. Hey, Raven and Mark, where did the idea of Father Time come from? It was Kronos.
I'm pretty sure Kronos, yeah.
I think he's also the main, Kronos is now the main bad guy of the second Hades game.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's what we should do now, so yeah. I keep up for them. Hear me out, 40K Saturday morning cartoon.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm doing my best. Hold on.
I apologize, we're working hard here.
Got it.
There we go. But yeah, that'd be kind of interesting, Saturday morning cartoon.
Need to go heal.
But yeah, what I'd really like to see is I'd really love to see, like, speaking of Henry Cavill, I would love to see a Caiaphas Cain series with Henry Cavill playing Caiaphas Cain. I think he's got the build for it. But who would play Amberley? That's the question. Best CRPG, Raven? What do you mean by CRPG? Mother Nature and Father Industrialization when we have to actually get some work done. We don't keep up enough with FNAF to be able to answer that question, Lord Thunderized. I'm sorry.
What's the question?
They're asking about some new Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and I was just like, we don't keep up with it enough to know.
Alright, Yorm's down. Now for your turn, old boy. Come along, then, old sport. I can't believe I survived that as long as I did. Playing as Valkyrie of all things. Old school Valkyrie would not have done as well.
After they're done with the Arabian Warrior, we haven't gotten a heavy class warrior for the Outlander faction. Maybe this new one.
We haven't gotten an assassin or a vanguard hero for the Outlander faction either.
Hybrid.
It's been all hybrids lately.
Need a dedicated one. Come on.
Come on, guys. Let's get a vanguard who's going to represent them.
Represent, yeah. Oh, computer role-playing game.
What's a good example of one of those?
Like Arcanium, Planetscape, Torment, Fallout. Probably Skyrim.
Skyrim would probably be, yeah.
We also like Dragon Age.
Dragon Age is good. Yeah, Dragon Age is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then there's Old Republic. I mean,
Raven and Lark, can we agree that Caiaphas Cain is a Chad? He banished the demon of Slanesh inner cult after he slept with them. I mean,
the dude is a giga. No, that's not even the best part. No,
he
no.
bangs an Inquisitor on the regular.
Look. Here's the thing. You tell a Space Marine I banished a demon. Okay, that's kind of neat. I managed to kill a Space Marine single-handedly. Okay, that's kind of cool. I've led several great wars and battles in history. Oh, that's pretty nice. I've saved entire planets and altered the course of the war itself. Hey, that's neat. I'm currently banging an Inquisitor.
No.
What? No.
Have you seen the new trailer for Dragon Age? The game or the little show?
No, the show that I showed you, and
Absolution?
Absolution, that was last year.
Okay, that was last year. Have they ever finally released a Dreadwolf trailer?
I have not.
I have not seen it.
I have not seen the Dreadwolf.
I would really like to know because I'm really looking forward to it. About the Raven Lord and Polymom love story, were you just kidding, or were you being serious about it?
I don't remember ever agreeing to that.
No, I do remember one stream we were joking about it. But
I think I was joking about that. Tell you what, I'll make a deal with you guys. If Hannah or Jay agrees to draw a picture for that, I'll write it. I'll find a way to write an Apollyon X Raven Lord lore story. I don't know how Raven Lord's wife is going to feel about that, because in the lore he has a wife, but
it could be sort of like a high school fling sort of thing.
Yeah, like back in their younger days.
Yeah, exactly. You see when Raven Lord's going through a phase. You don't understand, Mom. It's all about war. All wolves are sheep, man.
That's just the way of the world, dude.
Hey, Raven, who's the bigger Chad, Kane or Sly Marvo? Ooh.
Oh, God. Well,
they're both Chads for very different reasons.
I'm gonna say, Kane, because he's banging an Inquisitor!
Yeah, because Sly Marbo is a Chad in the sense that he's just a cool action hero.
Here's the thing. There are lots of cool action heroes in Warhammer 40k. Sly Marbo is just cool because he is a human cool action hero. But no one can bang an Inquisitor on multiple occasions and brag about it.
Yep. Oh, hey Raven, is it true that Hannibal met Scipio later in life?
Yes, I believe that is true.
Yes, they did. And he met Scipio's brother, too, because they were fighting in a naval battle. Because Hannibal was recruited by the Seleucids, and the Seleucids learned what Carthage learned the hard way. And he's like, hey, Hannibal, I'd really like your help with fighting the Romans. All right, where's my army? Here's your name. You're not familiar with my work, but you're Carthaginian, right? Did you just assume?
Did you just assume?
Yeah, but you're one of them Phoenicians, right? Oh, dear Lord.
You're good at boat shit.
Just because I'm of Phoenician descent, you think that I know how the boats work. I mean, you do, don't you? I mean, I do, but you shouldn't assume. Is Sly Marbo even human? I'd just say he's a force of nature.
Some have said that he's a lost Primarch. Although Corvus Corax has assured us that is not the case.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, he was the last one to be discovered, so maybe he doesn't know. Because when Corvus Corax was picked up by the Emperor, he says, I can't wait to meet all 20 of my siblings.
Doubt that.
Yeah.
There was, they were all guys, right? Yeah, there was one girl. There was one girl.
We don't talk about them, but we don't
talk about them.
Now.
My poor doctor.
Now, would you like to see your Space Marine Legion or not? Would I? All right, come on. You forgot about Alpharius and Omega. Okay, so... But that's like one sharing a body, though. It's weird. Alpharius and Omegaron are weird.
No one talks about Alpharius and Omegaron. That's just... It's just something you don't bring up.
Oh, yeah. Shark Chaos, what we'll say about it is this has been one of the worst trade deals in the history of trade deals.
I'm telling you, I've made a lot of good trades.
This was not one of them.
This was not one of those good trades.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's the worst trade.
No,
okay?
No, this is arguably the worst. we traded a...
which trade are we talking? Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that. We
traded a WNBA player for like the worst arms dealer arguably in modern history. I would say no, that wasn't a good trade on our part. No.
Didn't you ask me about that earlier?
Yeah, I asked you about it because I saw her on the news. Like, oh, they're talking about her, and then I was like, yeah, she's probably not getting out.
Yeah,
for
I think
9 years.
Shark Chaos. I think you already asked me about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was already asked and answered. I don't like this.
I don't think he might not have heard us.
No. He was asking me on Discord.
Ah.
He asked me on Discord the other day, and I answered there that I thought this was a horrible trade.
Yeah. At least Nicolas Cage gets to make another Lord of War sequel, at the very least.
I was in Lords of War.
Not the beast. Yeah, what's worse?
Hold up! You shouldn't stand there!
It's like, don't worry, I'm going to resurrect you out of the pot and into the fire. Literally!
Just like... You shouldn't stand there! Not a good idea! Floating heads! My god. It's a floating head. And it's gone.
It's going to only mean one thing.
Very good, parents!
Glad we were all in agreement on that. Hello, Ravenlark. If I had to guess, I'm probably extremely late. Yes.
You are quite late.
Yeah, we started streaming 2 hours.
This is our last match of the night.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ravenlark, who won in a no-holds-barred battle? The Emperor of Mankind with the Chaos Gods and the Primarchs backing him up, or pure Nicolas Cage? Ooh! That is a rough one. But how do you know Nicolas Cage isn't the Emperor of Man?
You can't. Have you ever seen Nicolas Cage and the Emperor of Man in the same room together?
I reckon. Because he is Nicolas Cage was Lord of War.
Defend the inner gate.
Wouldn't that make him corn?
Lord of War for humanity, not for.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to. Oh, you wanted to know what I thought Shark had. All right. Yeah, I agree with Raven. I'm not a fan of that.
You can usually bet that Lark and I will agree on most matters of politics.
Yeah. Family.
I can't think of anywhere where we differ, honestly. Ow!
It would only be like on very, very small issues. Raven, if Games Workshop made Naja canon, You would have to ensure they don't mess with her.
I would do everything within my power to prevent
You would
that.
just be standing outside of Games Workshop's HQ with a gun until the British police remind him that he doesn't have a license for that permit.
They can't file a report if they're dead. Each time a policeman walks up, hey, you can't. Hey, I saw you shot that guy. You. Hey, man, that's not cool. Do you have a license to keep shooting? That was my brother. Soon, all the Brits wonder, where'd our police go?
No.
If only we had guns.
Well, no. The thing is, we have a trick. We have Tomska set up a lemonade stand. They'll never get past it. Yeah, it'd basically be the slap.
The slap.
Remember the slap,
Yes,
too?
I remember.
Well, I never.
All right, guys, I would go ahead and recommend that you start getting your last part of the stream questions in soon, because we will be wrapping up in a bit.
Yes, because that RAM is built on. It's not even. They're out of duct tape for it. Let's just put it that way.
I keep trying to master the bleed effect, the bleed ability of Valkyrie, where the shoulder jab. Keep trying to get the hang of that. I can never time it properly.
If you're hanging on Springtrap, it certainly is from FNAF.
It's definitely a FNAF thing.
Definitely it is. Definitely. Like I said, you play one FNAF.
I've played FNAF 1. That's it. I have no interest in playing all the others.
Yeah. Nothing against Scott Cawthon or anything.
Hey, no, I'm fine. The series is fine. I don't have anything
it's
against the
just
series. It's just not my thing.
Because I'm more of an Amnesia guy.
Yeah, take what you want.
And when I say I'm more of an Amnesia guy, it's like I really like exploring 19th century Prussian castles.
Hey, you know,
I have a niche.
to each their own. That's all there is to it. All right,
Or
well,
should we get Slanesh into rehab? No, she'd have all the other junkies start relapsing. Daniel G drops $5 Canadian. Appreciate it.
hey, thanks for the money.
Raven just finished a Necron arc on stream. Gonna send it to you on Discord. Oh yeah, I think you already sent it to me. I'll show him to him. He's good.
Yeah, please show it to me. I'm interested.
Yeah, I was actually in Savannah not too long ago, and I was in a shop that was selling Games Workshop material, not an actual Games Workshop stuff. And I just like every time, like maybe I'll get. Nope, the price keeps stopping me.
Yeah, they overpriced.
It's like because I was like, I want that Death Core of Krieg set, but it costs $200.
Everything is overpriced when it comes to Games Workshop.
That's why someone's like, hey, Games Workshop, the Virgin Games Workshop versus the Chad 3D printer.
Yep.
Maybe I just need. Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas now. I want a 3D printer. That way I can
All
start
I want for Christmas is a 3D printer.
This isn't saying.
No, it's not.
Oh, you said it. Oh, yeah. Woo! That's nice.
Anyway, I keep sending in those questions, because once I'm done editing Heroes, we're done.
Yep. Oh, and Jack Swanson just said, saying goodnight, but he just wanted to let us know that he loves our work.
Thank you so much, Jack Swanson. Always appreciate it, man.
Viewers of Everest, listen, I like exploring Prussian castles while having amnesia and being hunted by horrible abominations. What can I say? It's a fetish. I have my interests.
We have our needs.
Oh, are you going to make stickers for any of your other characters? Good question, Vlad.
Like stickers on the Teespring store?
Yes.
That depends on if Hannah wants to draw them.
Yep.
So y'all need to reach out to Hannah and say, "Hey, Hannah, we'll draw.
Hannah Banana.
We'll get. We want more characters on stickers."
Who is the more chicken of the two? Yeah, probably me.
Yeah. I wasn't going to insult you there, Lark, but
I considering who's been in more fist fights, I think I know.
well, I mean, I was still terrified. I mean, when I
Yes, but you got in the fights in the first place, is what I'm saying.
well, the guy jumped me. Or are we talking about the octagon?
Octagon in general. Like, you were the one that said, we both looked at martial arts and said, that looks cool. But I was said, like, I'll watch. And you said, I'm getting in the ring.
Yes, okay, that's different. I thought you were talking about when I was actually mugged. Like,
No. That's a different thing entirely. Like, if you get mugged and you're not having some experience of fear, I would be surprised.
No, that was...
Even when you, like, pull a gun on a mugger, I'd still expect, like, some degree of, like, holy crap to go on. Oh, Ismail Thompson, or is it Ishmael, dropped $5. Would you rather spend a day in the warp or 5 hours with the Drukari? Warp, here I come.
I'm gonna go to the warp, thank you.
I'd rather be chilling out with Nurgle.
Hey, look, here's the thing. Worst thing that happens in the warp, I come out a little mutated. Worst things that happen with the Drukhari, I don't come out.
Oh, when did he get mugged? He was in college.
I was in college.
South
I think I talked about this in a different video, but I was jumped by this guy. He
wanted your wallet. You dropped it on the ground for him, and then you need him.
Well, and then it turned into a
little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, we'll talk about it another time. I'm not in the mood to go into that right now.
Oh, you're good, LP. We love you. Who'd win, an Avatar of Cain or King John of England? It depends on who's writing the story. Lore-wise, I'd say Avatar of Cain, but
probably.
But King John of England, what a guy!
Any other questions?
Henceforth, all the toilets will be named John's. Drukhari who? Hey Raven, did real knights ever start a rebellion? Yes, against the aforementioned King John.
Yeah,
that's how we got the Magna Carta.
Yeah.
Of course, they were barons too, but yeah, what do you get?
And take the Fourth Crusade. You could technically call that a rebellion.
Yep. Hey Raven Lark, is there any One Piece character that you dislike?
There's lots of villains that I just go, ooh, you piece of shit, but I still love them.
I don't like Edge.
I don't like that they exist. Blackbeard. I genuinely hate Blackbeard.
For me, not even Black. I'd go with that weird green shrub guy in a box.
He only showed up for like one filler episode.
Two, and it spites me.
Okay, yeah, but Blackbeard as a character, he's fine, but his powers, they infuriate me.
This is a good one. Raven Lark, are you two going to see the new Avatar movie?
No. I saw the first one. It was fine. I liked it okay. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. Kind of like, hey, it looks cool. It looks fun.
It looks cool.
Really good graphics. Like neat concept there. It's just Pocahontas with blue people.
I like the Avatar ride.
Yeah, the Avatar ride. The Avatar ride in Disney, the shit. That was
phenomenal.
That was such a fun ride.
I don't even mind that I had to wait in line for 2 hours.
No, literally, we went and did it a second time. We loved it so much.
It was cool.
It was so much fun. We went, but we thought that it was going to rain on us. We still waited in line.
It's good, but everything I see from the trailer is like, let me guess, humanity's the bad guy again.
Yeah, I get sick of that trope.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet that the second movie is going to be a lot of the same. You know?
Amazon is funding the 40K movie? Yes, but as long as Henry Cavill is the one pulling the strings, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. Every time it's like, we're going to do Lord of the Rings, but we're not listening to any Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah.
We're going to do Willow, but we're not listening to Willow fans. We're going to do insert thing here, but we're going to make it for people that don't like it. Why? Why would you do that?
Well, that's the thing. They don't get these IPs and work with them because they like the stories or because they like the fans. They do it because they think we can sell a message and use this IP because people already like it.
Yeah. Make a 40K series as though an Inquisitor has a bolter pointed to your head.
Yes. Although in that case it would be very human sided, which I guess is a good.
That's how the Emperor intended it to be.
Correct.
Thank you very much. But if you want to make like an Eldar story, that'd be cool too. Or a Necron story, I wouldn't mind that. Now, if you start with the Tau, I'm coming for you. Tau can wait their turn.
The Tau can wait.
Unless it's like the Tau meeting the orcs for the first time and then trying to talk. That'd be a funny short.
Any other questions?
Let's see. All right, let's see. I think we're right. Oh, should we send Isaac over to a library card for the black? No, he waits in line like the rest of us. Hey Raven, if Ruth had a significant other, who would they be, or who would he be?
I haven't designed her significant other. I haven't really thought about who I would want her to be. I mean, if you're thinking about a specific hero that she would get with, I kind of see her either getting with a Kensei or an Orochi or maybe a Tiandi. But I haven't come up with a specific character who she gets with, if that's what you're asking. Because it's kind of funny. She came from the Vikings, became a knight. Maybe she gets with a samurai. You never know. But yeah, I haven't come up with her significant other. And yes, my next how to build video will be on Ruth, because that was the one everyone wanted to hear about. So it will be how to build Ruth.
Hey, Raven and Mark.
And I vehemently, let me just say this. Slanderous released a video today about how to build characters like his. I feel like he might have ripped off me there, because that's convenient timing. But more to the point, he said that wardens look crappy if they can't have solid colors that all look alike, so he likes to give them all these chests, because it's all the same plate and you can make them all solid colors. I vehemently disagree. I think Ruth looks baller even without that. So we will talk about that in the video.
Yep. And, hey, Raven and Lark, what is the oldest civilization? I would probably say the city-states of Mesopotamia.
Yeah, I would go with the Mesopotamians as well. All right, any last questions before we go?
Can we get Art of a Chaos Beach episode? I'm imagining Nurgle overshadowing Slanesh in a new Speedo and Korn versus Sneech volleyball. That is a tempting scene to make.
That is very tempting. Well, first Hannah's got to finish, like, getting the chibis of the Chaos Clayers ready for merchandise. But, anyway.
Raven versus Slanderous, Dawn of Drip. Ooh, I like it.
I don't want to get into a fight with Slanderous. I don't care that much.
It's just kind of interesting.
Well, it's funny. When I started the How to Build series, I remember that a lot of people were like, hey, Raven, you have really good drip. How do I make these characters have the same drip as yours? What do you do? Like, what kind of colors do you use? What kind of patterns do you use? And I thought, you know what? Since everyone wants to know, I'll share one. I'll just share one and see how that goes. And a lot of people liked it. A lot of people said, oh, man, this is good. We've been waiting for a video like this. We really wanted to see it. We want to see some of your other heroes. And I thought, great. I'd be happy to make this into a series. Literally, I think the day after, or the 2 days after, suddenly Slander comes out with how to make your characters like mine. I'm like, bruh. And we're not the first ones to do this where we say how to build characters like us. We're not the first ones to do that, but I just thought that timing was unique. And here's the thing. I haven't seen all of his characters to know how his drip is. I think my drip is personally superior.
But of course that's personal.
But that's personal preference. I have my bias.
I mean, the thing is, like, I created my own characters. Of course I'm going to think.
Oh, let me know in the chat if you agree with that while we wrap this up. Any last questions?
Begun the drip war has. We've started something.
Oh, God, no. Well, okay, then in chat, who do you think wins the drip war? Who do you think has better drip?
Are you and Slander still? Yeah, they still get along.
We still get along. I just don't agree with him on a lot of stuff. The problem with me and the problem that I have with Slanderous, and it's not a big thing, it's just a disagreement. Slanderous, when he makes For Honor content, he comes at it from a pessimistic lens. Like, I remember last Warrior Den stream, not this one, but the last one for the Yorogumo event, he said, if it's a bad stream, I'm quitting. We watch until it's bad. Then he quit halfway through because he was bored of it and sent his viewers to watch me, which is fine. I don't mind taking those viewers. That's perfectly okay. But everything he seems to do becomes very, very pessimistic. And then the last time I heard him say something good was when he talked about how great Jormungandr's rework is going to be, and then praised himself because because he mentioned a lot of these changes he wanted to see. And to me, that shouldn't be the way you approach critique. You shouldn't come at everything with a sense of, I'm waiting for this to be bad. You should come at it with, how is this going to come out? I'm interested to see what this is. And then objectively look at it as, this I find good, this I find bad, let's discuss why. But to just come at it and say, if it's bad, then I'm just going to stop watching, or I'm going to uninstall, or something. Like, I have never come at For Honor like that. I have always said, I love this game, I care about it a great deal, let's watch the whole thing through, hear their full context, and once I know everything, then I'll give you my thoughts. That's the way I've always tried to approach this, for better or worse. Some people say that I'm not one of the best For Honor content creators out there because all I do is I talk realism, history, and lore, and most people don't care about that. I'm not Marco Yolo, I'm not Freeze, I'm not Slanderous, I'm not John DeLiar, I'm not any of these people. I don't know all the details about mechanics. I don't know all the details about timings or frame rates or what's objectively better balanced or not. People look at Jormungandr and they say, oh, awesome, now she's able to move people around the map. Oh, that she has much better frame rates now. Oh, now she has infinite combo. Oh, now she can switch her zone attack into her combination and her mix-up. I look at it and go, that hammer's not actually what a Warhammer would look like in history, and her armor's subpar, to be honest with you, and most of her execution. And they go, dude, you actually care about that stuff? Yes, I do. I'm a historian. I'm a medieval battlefield aficionado. I have these passions for these kind of things. I can't look at if someone asks me, hey, what do you think about Jormungandr's rework? What do you think about Valk's rework? What do you think about Tiandi's rework? I like it. Why do you like it? Feels cool. Do you think Warden needs a rework? Yeah, I'd like him to have some more stuff. Why? What would you add? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how I am. For better or worse, that is how I am. When Medjai came out, everyone else was bitching about, oh, his frame rates are bad. He has way too much external frames. He has hyper armor on everything. He's so hard to counter. His mix up with the dual axes is so wonky and weird. He's just berserker using reused frames. I'm looking at him going, why is the Egyptian looking only black? And where does that weapon come from? I've never seen that in history. Is that what you're concerned about? Yes. Yes, it is. Because that's what I know. That's what I'm familiar with. Same thing with Pirate. Oh, this hero's coming out with unblockable counters, hyper armor on everything, a gun that doesn't work very well, that does very minimal damage, and these abilities to pin people to walls and just basically destroy everybody with these. And she's also a woman. How dare she be a woman? We wanted to be able to mix this up with guys and girls. And I'm sitting here going, I bet she's based on a Chinese pirate empress who actually was one of the most successful, if not the most successful pirate in history. And even though the gun is a little wonky, I actually do like it. It's a creative idea on how they managed to implement that. Oh, is that what you're saying? We wanted our Blackbeard Johnny Depp hero. I'm just telling you the historical ramifications of this. See, that's what I do. So when I think about me versus Slanderous looks at everything either from a pessimistic lens or from a balancing lens, and I can't debate him on that. That's why I've had people send me Slanderous videos saying, "Do you agree with this? Are you going to respond to this?" And I go, "No," because I don't know anything about it. I don't know everything about the balancing of For Honor or how we work that kind of stuff. That's not my forte. That's not what I know. Now, if Slanderous came out and he said, "Here's why Gladiator is 100% unhistorical, and I'm going to explain why," now I can talk about it. Because that's my area. That's my bread and butter. But that's not what he's going to do, because that's not what he bases his channel around. So that's my stance on that. I have nothing against Slanderous as a person. I have nothing against his content. He does great work. He is way more popular than I am, and rightfully so. I think he's got, 2,000 more subscribers than me? And he deserves them. He deserves all of them. He makes good content, most of the time anyway, at least what I've seen. Even though I disagree with him on some points, heck, even a lot of points, I'm not in a position to argue. I'm not in a position to say, you know what, let's have a debate about this. Because I don't know. That's why he hasn't invited me on to do any more videos. You know? Because we are two different kinds of content creators, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Marco Yolo, Freeze, John DeLire, all them, they do their thing, and they do it well. Now, someone told me on Discord the other day, or I don't think they told me, but I read it, that Slanderous doesn't really play For Honor, except for the clips he makes content for, because he knows he's popular for his For Honor content, so he plays other games that when he wants to talk For Honor, he plays it then. I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to sell that as a narrative, so don't take my word for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, because the way a lot of pessimistic people act about any game is they know that they can milk content for it, or money for it, or things like that, but they don't have a passion for it to talk positively about it. I still have a passion for this game, so that's why I'm so positive about it. If there ever came a day where I said, I'm done with For Honor, I would still make content, but I probably wouldn't be on it all the time. I think
it's kind of like how we treat Rainbow.
Right, it's the same with Rainbow. I don't really play Rainbow all that often. I may pick it up every now and then just for like a fun ride, but I usually don't pick it up that often, only unless I absolutely have to. You'll notice in most of my Rainbow Six cringe videos, well, here's the thing, another thing, sometimes I'll say, hey guys, do you want me to play Rainbow Six Siege tonight? Like, do you want me to do that, like, as a new stream? No one ever votes for it. So even y'all don't want me to play it. Even to see me lose a bunch of times, even y'all don't want me to play it.
Project Modernity returned For Honor.
Exactly, and I play For Honor several times a week. Like, usually, at least once a day, I will touch For Honor. I may not be on it very long, I may only play a few matches, but I do get back on it to practice, to learn, to continue to appreciate. Someone asked me earlier tonight, how do I play so many characters? Like, how do I main a character and then go to another? Because each character is a different experience. Each character brings something a little different, either in terms of their moveset, their weapon, or their personality. It's funny, Berserker, and shaman may both be very similar in idea, axe-wielding Viking babes who want to beat the crap out of you, but there is a difference. I see shaman as this wild, feral creature, more animal than human. She wants to rip you apart with her teeth. She is a pagan worshiper. She wants to offer up your blood to the gods or just because she likes it. Whereas Berserker, wild at heart, but still with a noble passion to her. She's fighting for something higher and better than herself, like her people, her family, her principles, and yet will use all the savage ferocity of the wild to do it. There's a slight difference there, and understanding that difference helps you understand the character and how they move, how they fight, what they're all about. Whenever I grade for cool factor in my execution videos, quite often that's what I'm looking for in terms of cool factor. Does this fit them? Do I look at this and go, is this really shaman? Is this really berserker? Is this really Orochi? That kind of thing. It's kind of like that meme. The dude the anime guy who holds up his hands with the butterfly. Is this?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
What even is that from?
I don't know. But, so in answer to the thing about slanderous, yeah, in chat, you can say who you think has the better drip. I don't care.
Most of them voted you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
They also
that.
mentioned Havoc King having good drip.
Havoc does have good drip. Havoc has very good drip. I am a big Havoc fan. I like Havoc. I like his videos. You know what? If I could name my favorite For Honor content creators, I may need to make a video about that, like my favorites. Havoc is up there, as is Marco Yolo and Freeze. And the reason I like them is because they're objective without being pessimistic. They're the kind of people who say, look, For Honor's going downhill in this way, and here's why, and they explain. And usually in a way I can understand. But they will also say, this is such a good change. Like, literally, Freeze released a video saying, make this change. And he mentioned that you could change in settings now for console. You could change your display for field of view, which was new to console. And he explained in excellent detail why this is important. That you can see more around you and actually be able to handle yourself better in ganks. Something that was not available to console before, but now can help you. And it has helped me. I've noticed a difference. And Freeze explains things very, very well. Marco Yolo makes very entertaining videos that go into each of the heroes, which I like. Vita Neon is hilarious. He hasn't made a For Honor video in forever, but I understand he's been busy with stuff. And then John DeLire is very entertaining to watch. I love watching his stuff on Twitch. I just don't always get the chance to say anything because I'm in the middle of working on something else. So I enjoy his content. There are lots of people out there that I love their content, and they're really good content creators. Far better than I am, for sure. I'm lucky to have the community that I do because there are times I don't feel like I deserve it when I look at some of these other content creators that do so well. I'm like, why are you watching me? What you doing here? There are better places to be. I'm not telling you to go there. I'm just saying it makes me wonder. Ugh. So yeah, I'm not out to start a war with Slandy. That is not my goal. I respect Slandy. In some ways, I admire him for being willing to say some things that I think are kind of risky to say. Like, for example, he's the one who brought up the Medjai having dark skin for every loadout, He brought that up. Now, he called it racist. I don't necessarily think that's racist. I just think that's interesting. But, yeah, he pointed it out. So, having the will and bravery to point out something you believe in assuredly, that takes a lot. So, I respect that. So, no disrespect meant to him. And so no one in my community go to him and say, hey, Raven's calling you out. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I disagree with him on some things, but that's just life. I actually find it funny when he invited me onto that four-way conversation between him, John DeLire, and Eskimo Pie. I literally felt like I didn't belong there. I was kind of sitting there for the first third of that saying nothing. Just like, because they were talking about the current, everything that I don't know about For Honor. Then they bring me in to talk about the current lore, and then they all went quiet, because I'm like, why'd you invite me?
Because you're the lore guy.
No one here
They're
cares.
just like, and now for our lore segment. Raven, please take the wheel. Thank you very
I
much.
took over, Slandy and I had
It was basically like a news conference room. They said, and now to our expert on the ground.
Well, I had nothing to say. And a lot of people in that comment section to that video were saying, like, this was a waste of time. I'm not going to say it was. It was still a very interesting conversation, and I got to rub shoulders with some very big For Honor content creators, so I didn't mind a bit. And it got to open the way for me to get to talk to John DeLire. That was fun. That was kind of cool.
What's next? If we get in a Russian Badger video, probably just because we accidentally ran into him in a server somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't think we have any games that he does. So.
Yeah, like I said, we would love to see Russian Badger play For Honor too. We know he knows it exists.
He has mentioned it before, but I don't think he's played it. If he ever said, I'd like to play For Honor, I pray to Lord God that he contacts us. But, I mean, he won't.
He would probably contact Vita Neon first.
Either Vita or Marco or someone like that. But anyway, anything else in chat before we go? Because we've gone a while now.
Yep. I think that's about it. Oh, and Hannah said hi.
Oh, hey Hannah. Okay. Well, in that case, let's wrap it up. Thank you guys, as always, for coming to watch these streams. They mean the world to us. A couple of announcements before we go. For those of you who joined late, you need to hear this. There will be no For Honor Friday next week. Lark and I are going home to visit family for the Christmas holidays. We will not be back in town until, at the earliest, the 26th. That's at the earliest. And we don't even know if that's a surefire thing. However, we're not leaving for home until the 23rd. So we have all of the 19th, we have all of tomorrow, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd here. So we will do another For Honor stream next week before we leave. We'll let you know on Discord and possibly on YouTube when that is. So keep your ears to the ground if you want to join us for one more of these. And thank you all who have donated to the channel, either through Patreon or through Teespring or through YouTube. Any donation always helps. Never feel like your dollar isn't enough. It means the world to us that you send any at all. In fact, I was just looking at my PayPal, which is what all that money goes to. Not from YouTube, but from the Teespring and from the Patreon store. It's about $100 right now, which is phenomenal. Y'all have been wonderful. Lots of people have been buying from the Teespring store. So I'll remind y'all once again that the Teespring store is still available with a lot of cool content, and there is limited time Christmas content there with Shogun Santa and Claire Claus. If y'all are interested in those, they are limited time only. They will be gone at the end of December, so get them while you can. Limited time, so definitely do that. Y'all mean the world to me, and I said this a second ago, but I meant it from the bottom of my heart. There are times I feel like I do not deserve the community that I have because I'm not nearly as talented or skilled or have the production value of some of these other people. But the fact that I have such a huge community, despite that, shows how much y'all appreciate my work, shows how committed you are, and it makes me so impassioned to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you guys so much. Y'all really are the reason I keep doing this. Y'all really are the reason I keep going. It would be so easy to just drop this, but y'all have made it worth doing. So thank you guys for that. You are amazing. You are the best out there. As for what videos are coming, like I said, Lark and I are going to do a top 12 Christmas movies sometime this weekend. Lark plans, and he needs to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to finish his Fallout, Lark's Lamentation. Not Fallout, sorry. Far Cry 5, Lark's Lamentation. He is working on it, but he's been taking a lot of breaks. But he wants to get it done before the new year, so we're going to work on that, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to happen. Also going to do, hopefully, For Honor and Glory. And I don't know what else. Because I've got a few more stories I need to write before Christmas. In fact, 3 of them. And so I'm going to be busy working on those this week before we go on Christmas. We go home for Christmas. So I don't know what else I will have time to release. As for the Executions Graded series, let me say this about that. I talked about it earlier. I am going to take a short break. Probably won't see the next one until either after Christmas or after the New Year's. So I don't know yet. I'll tell you more when I get there. Anyway, anything else, Lark, or can we move on?
I think that'll do it.
Just
everybody saying Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you guys. Hopefully I'll get to talk to you guys one more time before the Christmas holidays. But if not, Merry Christmas, everyone. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.